Hey Rex,
I didn't
tell
I
Dusty
didn't
to
notice that
get
either.
his ass up, man.
Man, look, all right, so we live. And okay, now we're live. It's your boy Yannick. We got Rex on deck, East and BG already here. Haven't pulled up the chapter yet, but I'm about to.
You're
There's been a lot of hype. I almost got spoiled multiple times. It was crazy. Let's see.
And I almost spoiled you on accident.
Ooh. But you didn't, and that's what matters. All right, Mirko cover page. Yes. The watch that the arm that she lost covered in watches. All right,
Her time's up.
Yeah.
relax. I'm gonna need you to relax, dog.
My weakness. If I gotta pick something, it'd be fire. Ooh. Because even my fierce wings can burn. Fangirls yelling high hawks, of course. So how do you counter fire? Before a villain can use it, I strike. Out of the way, fat taxi coming through. Fat taxi, personal ride share. Y'all think this man does like Uber on the side?
I mean, he will after this war is over.
Should we really be joining the rear guard? I say we can still fight. Is that Mudman? Ooh, Mudman ready to throw hands. You kids struck first with your wide range works. You rattled the enemy good. Now it's time for the net to close in so we can crush them little by little. At this point, your attacks would only hit our allies and trip them up. You lent us your strength, and that was enough. As everything burns in the background. Oh, there's Mount Lady. This is okay. Hoodie's actually doing a pretty good job of being like, this is just like a war zone and making it continuous. Us grown-ups got to settle the score now. Nice and warm, Shroom. Wouldn't mind living in here. That Tokoyami looked up. Ooh. Tokoyami can see the flames. You killed him. How could you? Ooh, yes. Okay, yeah, oh, shit. Ooh, these flames keep getting hotter and hotter. How dare you? Killed twice like that. Yup. Oh, damn. That's that confirmation. That's the body. Just damn.
Just sitting there. Nothing else. Just sitting there.
Yeah. No. Like I said it last week. That nigga's gone.
Hori ain't playing, bro. Is that the face of a man who just watched a friend die? Hey, now that was rude. I haven't cried since my tear ducts got burned. With twice around, my dream had a way better chance of coming true. So of course I'm sad he's gone. So sad. Ooh. You and the League, I looked into your backgrounds, but I came up with nothing on you and Shigaraki. Only you two. Kami, who? Listen, little Kago. As of today, you have to say goodbye to your name. You're about to enter a special program to become a very special hero, okay? Training will be rough. Think you can handle it? Still with the Endeavor doll. Can I be like him? Can I be a hero who beats the bad guys? Just like how I was saved. Can I be a shining light for everyone? Ooh. Who are you? This is back to back. Horikoshi, an asshole. Like, certified. This nigga really just gave me a giant black blob so that I couldn't find out this man's name.
Oh man, no. This man's the biggest troll in Jump. I swear.
All right. More than twice, more than anyone, you should have been keeping both eyes on me. The League, Shigaraki, I never gave a crap about them. A single person with a single conviction has the power to change the world. There are no true heroes. I plan to make Stain's will a reality. See ya, Hawks. Your life's another thing I don't care about. Shaku Hospital. Let's see. Little recording box. All right, so still 2 verse 1. Mirko. I ain't landing hits anymore. And it's not because they're wearing me down. I know my body better than anyone. But their eyes, it's like they're awake now. See, this is right. This is fun, but no choice. Off toward the doctor again, foolish woman. Ooh. Think just chomp her leg? Yeah, this ain't looking good. Gotta reach the old fart in Shigaraki. Quick as a rabbit, it's no sweat, just focus on running. If you're gonna die, get the job done first, Mirko. And Crust still isn't here. What the fuck? Oh. Snot from the doctor. She's almost there. Cramped in here. Is a hero never ever. Okay, Flames. Dobby's. Hawks. Whoa. And ooh. Okay. Okay. Dobby versus Kokoyami is the matchup? What? Let's go.
Oh yeah. Before we start, E said he wants to be let back in.
Okay. What the fuck, yo? Why is Horikoshi such a goat?
I just want to thank my God, my father, man, because finally, after standing an oddball character, I finally get payoff. You know what I'm saying? Like I said on Twitter before, Tokoyami is the Rock Lee of MHA, but I get the payoff instead.
Dog, hold up. Nobody said Tokoyami versus Dobby was going to be a thing. Nobody in this community.
Well, actually, I don't play devil's advocate. One person did. That was Pineapple.
You probably have spoilers already. I don't believe them. I got to get this on the wall.
Hey, it's that season.
Bro, like, God, Tokoyami gang is winning right now.
Facts.
Yes, we are. We got 2 flexes already, and now we're gonna get our 3rd.
Like,
let's talk about his. Let's talk about my boy Speed though. He came from all the way outside the mansion, a good ways outside the mansion, flew back in, and still saved Hawks. Like 15 seconds.
That movie showed you how fast he can fly.
Yeah, like
he pulled up on him, like. Not like, oh, no, he was like, nah, I'm in here. Let's go.
Well, I mean, I've seen people saying like he found a way to counter fire. I don't think he did, but I do think what he'll do is he'll probably try to do what Hawk said, attack them before they can use their fire.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna win, but yeah.
Listen, this is the thing we've been talking about. It's like his weakness. Everybody has a weakness to fire, regardless. Most people, but his weakness has always been light. Not the fire itself specifically, but everybody has a weakness to fire. What we've been theorizing was if he uses Dark Shadow and Black Abyss mode and uses it as a shield, and if he can hit you, then it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing about it,
he not getting burnt to a crisp because you seen this nigga Hawk still living after he's burns. He not getting burnt to a crisp.
Yeah, because he's actually got like a shadow beast as a shield.
Yeah, but, and then he has mid range too. So like,
the thing about Hawks though is that Dobby's not trying to burn him to a crisp. We know that because we've seen Dobby burn niggas to crisp in like an instant.
Yeah,
so we know. Yeah, he's not trying to burn him to a crisp. Like his notice he says that his winds are getting hotter and hotter, which means he's raising the heat. He's consistently raising the heat, which means he's going soft and going harder and harder to torture him. That's his own fault. He's torturing this nigga.
Yeah, but that's gonna be interesting to see because how do you blame the innocent ass kids? The kids are pure. Tokunomi is one of the more pure ones because we haven't really seen like his exact motivation for being a hero. We've seen some characterization to him, but his exact motivation for being a hero, we have like seen a true backstory for that.
Nope, not at all.
So I think it'd be interesting to see how Dabi interacts with some of the kids, like the actual kids that want to become heroes.
I think the only person I've seen him interact with was Todoroki, right?
I mean, yeah, and that wasn't even much. It was just like Shoto Todoroki, too slow. That was it. That's like the most interaction he had with any of the kids.
This chapter though. And like it's fascinating to see like Dabi, like because with Dabi you got like a character that we've all been waiting to see like his motivations and stuff finally get revealed. And Dabi's like, shit, what I said in the beginning.
Well, it was great because they had me fooled. Because I was starting to think that nigga Dabi was pretty much was just a fraud.
Well, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine, Rex.
I was talking that whole time before I left and joined back. I was like, yeah, these niggas ignoring me, man.
We can hear you now. We can hear you now.
No, I was just saying. Like, oh, go ahead, BG.
I was gonna say like because I thought this nigga was a fraud because other than him saying I was inspired by Stain, he ain't really done no Stain-esque things or shown he actually believes in Stain's philosophy, kind of like Spinner. But here, and I guess when you actually start to reflect on all the stuff he's done with plus his words, it's like okay, I can see it.
Yeah, like it all tracks. Like he's always just kind of been like, yeah, I don't care about that. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, and when East was talking about like how it's gonna react to the kids,
I think the interesting thing to come out of this chapter
Dan,
is how we move forward.
I don't think
as it is in Dabi. How do we move forward?
Yeah.
Wait, East, you just cut off Rex.
Can you not hear Rex?
Oh, hold on.
Here, Rex, say something real quick.
Hello.
Yeah, I can see his thing. Well, I can't hear him. Hold on, I'm gonna drop in and out.
All right.
That was wild. I'm like, what?
StreamYard need to get this shit fixed for real.
Yeah.
No, I was sure because I was like, he just dead cut you off. I was like, what?
But I was just saying that one thing I was like, Dabi can take the whole approach with the kids, like, oh, you trained under this hero, so obviously you're gonna turn out to be like this hero that you training under because, people rub off on people. So it's like that's how you can justify killing the kids.
Here's the thing. I don't think Dabi needs justification to kill the kids at the end of the day. Or like
neither does Stain.
I'm just saying
Stain
with his ideals being what they are, if he sees the whole establishment, because like even if you think about it, what he said to Hawks when back on the phone during MVA, he said not just your dedication to the league, but to the entire anti-establishment cause, then you weigh all of it. Anybody who's in the system is a part of the establishment. Ergo, Dabi feels like he can cleanse them.
Yeah, that's what pretty much what I was going to get at. I think he believes in Stain's ideology, but to a higher extent, because Stain was judging these heroes individually, but I feel like Dabi is grouping them all together, despite their accomplishments or their actual motivations. He still believes that since they're part of the hero society, they are indeed flawed and they are indeed not true heroes.
How do you guys feel about Dabi possibly being more nuts than Stain?
They're right. They're right.
Yes, they're right. With Stain, he like BG said, he went on a case by case basis. He researched the heroes, he saw them, and then he attacked. And then like when Ida first showed up versus Stain, he said this isn't a place for kids. So he has a code of if it's just a random kid or maybe civilian, he won't attack them. But when Ida kept pressing the issue, he was like, oh, okay. You could get the hands too. And like when Deku and Todoroki came in, his first reaction wasn't, okay, let's kill these kids. It was, let me see about them. And after he came to the conclusion that they're both heroes, it made his job harder because now he can't kill these two people because that goes against his ideology. And his ideology is like extremely sound like in himself. So he's like, I can't kill Izuku, I can't kill Todoroki. I only can kill Ida, so I gotta find a way to incapacitate these two while also killing Ida and Native, which made his job significantly harder than it would if he just wanted to kill kill everyone.
Exactly. Like the thing is, and I'll just put it like this: I ain't seen Stain making none of these faces that Dobby makes.
Yeah.
I could get some panels.
That panel of him walking up the stairs is crazy than anything I've seen from Stain.
Nah, that nigga Dobby gets like that nigga Dobby is like he's like his Soka. When his Soka gets his heart on he gets turned on like when he sees somebody powerful. That's the same thing with Dobby when he starts to get his fulfillment. Like when he's correct about something like that. Like that motherfucker get real excited and shit.
And I think that for Horikoshi, it's like a little fun artistically to like kind of flex your ability to draw the muscles and stuff the way like they contract. Because like he gets to, like draw the muscles under the like on the chin, on the like under the eyes. Like he gets to draw some like kind of horror faces. It's like how people always say, oh, like Cody should do like a horror series. Just because of the way like he can do some of the anatomy.
Shit, motherfucker, this is a horror series.
I'm not gonna lie. Hey, I'm going back and reading some of the Stain panels right now, and Jesus Christ, Horikoshi can drive his ass off.
Yes, he can.
He really
can. Nigga said his art just started getting crazy. Now it's always been crazy.
It's just different kinds of crazy.
Facts.
That's what he was like. I want to get better at drawing. I'm like, nigga, what? I'm like,
nigga, I thought you peaked already. That's great. That's great.
Yeah, if he gets any better, he's gonna be up there with all the greats.
Two things though. I guess we can split them up. Whichever. I got two topics. I want to talk about time skip real quick. So like when we do get the time skip, how bloody and much more darker it's going to be because looking at Miracle right now, she literally lost an arm, shot through the leg, both her legs, and she just got a chunk of her fucking ear ripped off.
Not to mention the way we've been fighting these Nomu, like these high end, we've been like Endeavor just straight up came up behind this thing and just donkey punched it.
That shit funny as fuck.
Oh, also, actually, one thing about the high ends that I'm glad was clarified this chapter. So when the doctor said stabilization, he did mean that they are significantly weaker than they are when they're fully stabilized. Because Miracle even pointed out the more the fight, the stronger. Not the stronger they're getting, the more that they like their movements are getting better. So her defeating this Nomu right now that she did is nowhere near the level. So if it was fully stabilized, it would have been on the level of Hood. And we know if all of them were on the level of Hood, she would have died pretty quickly.
And I'm happy I got my validation. But actually,
thank you. I know, right?
But to go on to what Eve said though, well, actually, to add on to that, especially when it gets to if there is a time skip, it's really gonna hit for the anime, because this episode this week proved my theory. I don't think Bones likes animating the kids getting fucked up, so they don't go to the level of detail the anime does. But when that's what the manga does. But when they're all adults, them niggas getting fucked up for real.
like I still believe that even if you in the notion that nobody from class 1A or B will die. I still believe highly that somebody getting fucked up. You don't have. It's still worse things than death. Like he doesn't have to kill off a child necessarily to cripple them and so they can't become a hero.
And the other thing is that just looking at the damage Hawks has taken in these last chapters, there's a chance that some of those feathers can never grow back, just from being like hard, like charred, like those cells don't exist. There won't be any regeneration possible here. So Horikoshi has set up throughout the series, starting with something small, with Ida's left hand having some numbness, but that ultimately not being too important to us because he's a kicking-based fighter, to slowly, like, we moved up to Overhaul where he lost his hands. And now, so we're like constantly seeing maiming like happen, and Deku's arm is on the line too. We just saw Mirko lose an arm. We've got a lot of potential where there's no reason to assume anybody can't be crippled. I'm pretty sure before this chapter and last week, people would have been convinced that Twice was safe, at least until the final arc of the series.
Yeah.
Now, as for the maiming thing, with Hawks, I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know about that because he ain't really reacting like someone who no longer has a quirk. So
I don't think it's like he hasn't lost all of his wing yet, but I'm pretty sure if he keeps taking like blue flame damage that he's gonna just be fucked.
Maybe, but it's go ahead.
Oh, does somebody know the anatomy of birds? Like, I'm not like I don't know, but like somebody clarify. Do birds have bones in their wings?
Yes, they
Like
do.
the
They have bones.
Okay, yeah. So you know where so basically where the wings are at, like the brim, let's say, or whatever you want to call it, like not their feathers. That has literally been charred, like dead ass been charred. Yeah, that's my. It's dead ass been charred, like burnt. So it's like it's not just his feathers that have been burnt, like they just grow back like this. It's like literally the bone. So like if Ojiro, or it's like if Sarah shot his tape right, and it shoots out his elbow. It's like, well, yeah, I could just shoot out some more tape. No, it's literally if his elbow was caved in or if Jiro's ears were fucking punched in, it'd be the same fucking thing. Like they don't work the same way. Like even if he could use it still, it would not be the same caliber. Same thing with Izuku's arms. It's like literally the output would not be the same because like yeah, his feathers is burnt, but that's actually the brim. Like it's been burnt, not just his feathers like themselves. Like the little like bone part structure has been burnt.
They're definitely burnt. But it's the fact that, like I said, notice how his flames usually can just instantly charge some, like third degree burn somebody. But he's been burning Hawks like for the whole like 3 chapters now. The nigga is still fine. He got a little burn scar on his face. Everything else is like all right. So I'm like, I feel like he ain't going even nearly hard enough to fuck him up that way.
I mean, Hawks used the term crippled right at like in the last chapter or the one before that one.
He said my wings are crippled, but the way I took that, at least for how he was reacting, it almost comes off to me he's saying like in this fight they're kind of like handicapped. That's how I took it when I reread it because it's like it comes off to me as like okay, this is a hindrance, not I'm fucked up.
Actually, I don't think Hawks has any wings anymore.
Yeah, if you look at the panel where underneath the black bubble panel that pisses me off.
Yeah.
You can see like he doesn't even have the little nubs. It's just
on
it.
Yeah, he has nothing anymore. So I don't think he has the wings anymore. He may not be able to fly ever again.
Well, like I said, no, if I'm proven wrong, I'd be happy to be proven wrong. That'd be just as fine as him not having that'd be the same as him dying to me.
Also, somebody in the chat mentioned the last episode, so I just want to real quick divert this conversation to did everybody watch the season finale?
Well, I watched it. I've seen it 4 times. I've seen it 4 times already.
All right, so one of the things that I just want to say though is that I remember I was watching a Trope Talks video, and it was discussing how Endeavor is like Endeavor and All Might very much play off like Goku and Vegeta, but like with a bit of extra maturity and like to their dynamic added or whatever.
Yeah.
And when you look at, oh shit, Dustin finally here.
Yeah.
When you look at the scene where he's like charging up the prominent burn,
it's about time.
That's on the episode.
Yeah.
At the moment,
that first prominence burn doesn't remind you of Vegeta's Final Flash against.
That's what I thought exactly. Yeah, it doesn't look like. It looked like Final Flash.
Yeah, it looks like Final Flash with better impact frames.
And one thing I've noticed is that Horikoshi like pays homage to like literally every manga and Jump, or just like very popular mangas.
If he can't, he'll do it.
I didn't know it at first. But
the Black Clover reference.
I was looking back at the panels where like all the heroes were lined up. He literally had Chainsaw Man in the background.
Yeah. Oh, you just realized that?
Yeah, I never realized it.
That shit was that shit had everybody like going crazy on the timeline for that one.
We had Chainsaw Man, Sonic, all kinds of characters.
Then he had like everyone was saying he had Natsu in the episode and stuff. Like that's why I just love Horikoshi. Like as much as like he pays homage to like everything. You can tell he really truly loves this stuff.
Well, of course, he even referenced Mid. That's why he gave Natsu a Black Clover shirt.
Chill out.
I mean, it's fitting. Mid show for mid character. Fuck Natsu. Fuck that nigga. I don't like that.
Damn. All right, Justin.
Yo. So, what's good, yo?
Are you on that 100% camp on Twice being dead?
Oh, I mean, we see the body, so
I can't hear it. Is Dustin talking to y'all?
Oh my God!
You gotta leave and come back.
You said you gotta leave and come back, Rex.
Damn.
I don't know why StreamYard always do that to somebody.
But
we seen a body, even though it's kind of like a little far away.
It's a what, Dustin? I couldn't hear you.
is like a little far away, but I mean, we've seen a body, so and blood.
And you feel
Well,
like,
that I said it too. Like,
yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a little room for
yeah,
bullshit, but
yeah. When characters say someone died, that doesn't always mean somebody died.
Oh no, for sure.
But
But it's more like it's that, and as he says it, is the panel's just dead on his body with the pool of blood right under him.
there's something that I've been thinking about,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm considering the possibility that every league member falls this arc.
Oh
you know what's crazy? That flickered across my mind too, and
Wait,
I don't want that to happen.
I don't
wait,
either.
what do you mean? Like, how would it go? Like,
Basically, like there's a chance Dobby loses here, like Spinner loses. Basically, like the league as we've known it falls here. And one of the reasons why is because people from like My Villain Academia, like the league is doomed, so obviously they're not going to win against the Metal Liberation Army and blah, 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 other things that show that I'm incompetent. But like,
Hey, I was in that camp. I thought that the way coach, the way it was translated that chapter, it made it seem like it was confusing. But that was the scans when I think Rex pointed to me the official version, and now like, okay, never mind. But the first translation, it made it seem like that they were like it was already doomed for them to lose.
and I was like, nah, fam. The context of this is literally Spinner just found out he got to fight Gigantomachia, and I don't know about you, but if I looked at that, I would have just assumed I was about to catch a fat L. So like, that's what it was.
Also, I know you don't know Aniki, but like the scans for this chapter versus the translation makes Dobby's like whole sentences and stuff completely different. Like in the scans, it was like he really didn't care about Twice.
No, I still didn't get that from the scans. From the scans, I got the same exact thing from the.
Let me read
I was actually going to
go
point out the fact that I mean, I thought you were going to mention the fact that when it says like he is the ultimate manifestation of his will versus I will make his dream a reality.
Then in the official, it said the same in the next line after him saying, he said, "I don't care about the league. I don't care about Shigaraki." He literally said that right there in toy shit, Rick.
Well,
no.
I swear in the scans he said the league what is it? The league Twice, none of it mattered. No, not Twice. No, the league Shigaraki, none of it mattered.
I'm talking to the official now because Rick says in the official it makes it seem like he cared about Twice. But right after that whole Twice speech he gave, he said, "I don't care about the league. I don't care about Shigaraki." He just literally said that.
No. Well, no, he does care about Twice, but not in like an emotional way. He cares about Twice.
Yeah. I got that from the scans. He wasn't saying he was saying he was sad about Twice's death because he would helped him achieve his dream. That was made clear in the scans. So I don't know what Rick's talking about.
Yeah, I got that too.
I know. I think I get where Rex is coming from. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
it's like the Bishop ever heard your mic.
Yeah, the new mic.
I got an actual new mic.
Oh my god! Thank you, my nigga.
Bro, you know how bad I was. I missed your stream, and like, no, I got there, and as soon as I hopped on, I was like, "Man, I got my new mic. I spent money on this shit. I'm being
you should have told me.
I hopped on backstage. This nigga Dustin was like, "All right, we've been talking about MHA for a while. Let's switch to One Piece." I was like, "Man, fuck this shit."
You know me, I keep the stream moving. But yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, but I think the sentiment, because I was arguing with KB about Dobby didn't care at all or something like that. But I think what Rex is saying, he's seen value, the value that Dobby's seen it Twice has been degraded down somewhat. Because he said I don't care about the league, just Shigaraki, because they're not helping me really accomplish my goals. But I think Rex is talking about how he's seen Dobby seen Twice as somewhat of a valuable tool, if anything. Because I think not as a friend, y'all consider.
But I feel like when he said that he didn't care, he was trying to say in the emotional sense, like he didn't care about them. Like all he cares about is the manifestation of Stain's will. That's all he cares about, and that's what he's gonna do.
Which actually go off your point, Moniki, because of the fact that Dobby is trying to differentiate himself from the league. If your theories say were to come true, and they all do get caps, Dobby's living. Dobby's not dying. Because Dobby already kind of like separates himself from the league in the first place.
I wouldn't like that though, bro.
So here's the thing, right?
I wouldn't either. But I'm saying if that were to happen, if anything, Dobby and Twice are gonna lose. Dobby and Shiggy are gonna lose.
there's something that I think I ran by East a while back.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was during like the My Villain Academia arc because we were having those weekly voice calls back then. And I'm pretty sure I mentioned to you that one of the things that I could see happening is that because I think I said like if they like end up joining forces or whatever, I could see Dobby eventually ending up with his own faction. Oh yeah, say yes. Let me send you the link. I'll send it to you on Discord right now.
Oh shit! Bet.
We getting a woman on stream. Let's go.
A woman.
Automatic 500 views right there.
It's in your inbox already on Discord. Says. So I could actually. Here's the thing. Dobby has always been somebody that even in the fandom has been like. People almost look at it like if Shigaraki was. Of course you can come in. They've always looked at like if Shigaraki were the Goku of the villains, then Dobby is his Vegeta. Like people always have seen Dobby as like on this level. He's been getting like a lot of hype. A lot of people are always like, oh, he's carried by like his raw design and like, you know, fan theories. But like because of the fact that people have always had this particular perspective on him, I think it actually makes a lot of sense if it turns out that he's more or less someone that, hey, Sayas is in here. Gets his own faction and starts to push his will, which is Stain's will, and that would make the Stain jailbreak theory make a lot more sense.
Oh, but before you go to me and Rich talking about this, I think it was me and Rix. Or maybe it was like one of the niggas that was in the VC with me and Rix that day. But what if Stain comes back into the fold? Like, let's say the league doesn't die. Let's like leave that for a second, and let's say they win and Stain, the prison break, Stain comes back into the fold. Everybody came to the league because of Stain. So how do you see that dynamic working?
So the thing is that's where I think Stain, like where Dobby finally gets his own like thing, like him and Stain end up pairing up, and then like they have their own thing going.
I don't think Stain would fuck with him like that. I think Stain would see how Dobby operates. He probably would hear him out, but he'd see how he operates first, and then he would dub him as being problematic as well.
But at the same time, Stain did eventually come over to Shigaraki's side.
He came to Shigaraki because he saw potential, and he saw he could actually make a change. He feel like he could actually make a change to this society that he's trying. So I'm like,
Stain came over to Shigaraki's side.
Yeah. It was like right when they fought.
Yeah, he agreed. He agreed to go with the league, but he got captured.
Yeah, because he thought to himself, this nigga don't have no conviction. Why the fuck would I work with his ass? And then after that, and then Shigaraki proved that there is something to him. And he's like, okay, you know what? I'll see you out. I'll see what you'll shake up with, how you'll shake up this world.
But I gotta go kill some niggas first, and then I'll join.
Yeah.
No, imagine that. Go ahead.
What I thought about the idea with Stain's ideology is that maybe they all understand it wrong. Is that possible?
No one's gonna talk.
Nigga, Rex, you gotta leave. You can't hear the word.
You can't hear saying.
You about to get,
bro. Oh my god.
Whenever somebody joins, you can't hear them.
What the? All right, hold on. I'll be back.
Sometimes it'd be Easter. They can't hear people. That should be hilarious.
No, I thought because Darby said something along the lines which sounds like there are no real heroes, but Stein definitely thinks that there are real heroes because he believes in All Might and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure if they even have the same ideology of maybe all of these characters that now say, I am after Stain's will, I'm following Stain's will. Maybe all they do is follow what they think is Stain's will, but
oh yeah, no.
Right. Stain said All Might is the only one that's not following.
Yeah.
Everybody else is.
Yeah, but he also seemed to respect like Deku, for example, and Darby sounds like there are no real heroes, even All Might and.
Well, that's the thing. Well, because I guess to be fair, there is no more All Might.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. So pretty much, you could argue that his ideology is that All Might was the one and only true hero, and he's no longer around, so there are no heroes. And the thing is, that's happened to any manifesto. A manifesto will start off. Yeah. It'll start off one way, and then and as time progresses, if the leader is no longer there, the manifesto will warp into whoever's taking whoever's on his following the manifesto going forward.
We actually have a direct reference and representation of this in the Paranormal Liberation Front, from Destro to Redestro seeing Shigaraki as a symbol of liberation, which I told people was going to happen. And handing it over to Shigaraki, like
Uh-huh.
the vision of what liberation meant has changed throughout the past generations, through the first all the way to the third being Shigaraki. So we know that
Yeah.
to a certain degree, like manifestos can change their influence. And the thing is that Dabi could become a more popular figure than Stain, right? And if that happened, and he claimed to have had Stain's ideology, people could look at him and start thinking like, no, Dabi's the one. And then Dabi could like get that in his head, and then like he could still have this faction of radicals. Still,
Well, let me tell you this, bro. Dabi is cool, but Shigaraki is that nigga, bro. Dabi ain't fucking with Shigaraki. It's over. When Shigaraki's awakened, it's over, bro.
That's also why I think every league member has to fall.
Let me piggyback on Anarchy. Let me piggyback on Anarchy off of Anarchy.
Think
Think about this: if we go with Anarchy's theory, and Dabi does that, and he pulls in the masses. Think about if he were to actually do the reveal that I am Endeavor's son, and look what he calls me, and look at the shit I had to go through. Can you imagine the flip side that he would have onto how that people would view the heroes? They'd be like,
"Oh no, don't get it twisted." Oh yeah, don't get it twisted. Look at what happens if he leaves Hawks alive, and then points out that Hawks killed Genius.
He's not leaving Hawks alive. He gonna try to kill him. I don't know if he's gonna be able to, but he gonna try.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's say like hypothetically Hawks escapes. Then at that point, if you point out the fact that this nigga killed Genius, or at least he killed in general, because the fact is heroes aren't supposed to be killing.
But see, my problem with that, that's like the league doesn't come. The league members don't come across to me as that, like conniving in that sense. Like they're not gonna sit here and try to plot like that. Like they just do shit off the way they feel at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think Dabi's gonna be, because Dabi's like when Dabi found out about Bez, he didn't give a fuck. Like you know what I'm saying? Like even him saying to Hawks, I don't care about your life or death. Like I'm just gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? So
no, that is true. That is true, but he does have a long-term goal. Unlike the rest of the league, he actually has a long-term goal. So he actually has to plan this shit out.
But he wants to change society, and the way he's doing it is about what they doing it. Stain doesn't try to like expose the heroes. He knows they fake. He goes kills them. He don't try to go on this grandiose way to make the society, like we got that in our head because we trying to think of the society falling of heroes and how it's gonna make the public turn against them to work in their favor. But they're not thinking like that. I don't believe. I feel like they just trying to act and do.
So here's the thing. I think the Meta Liberation Army is thinking like that. So
yeah, the meta, but not the league.
Yeah. Like, and so the thing is that because the league and them end up like interacting with each other, and Shigaraki has professed these things, even though like he basically was like, "Fuck everything. Being alive sucks, so I'm gonna destroy everything and go about my day." But like from the perspective of people who saw the USJ attack, he directly stated, like heroes are government-sponsored violence, all these other things. So there's like a disconnect between the league's actual feelings and what people think the league is about.
Yeah, that's always been apparent since the start. Yeah.
So it's weird that like no matter what the league does now, thanks to like their affiliation with Stain, thanks to Shigaraki having the right platitudes at the USJ attack, they will always have sociological ramifications, even while not actually being that inherently focused upon the sociological ramifications of their actions.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't think that like Dabi is gonna like Best Genius. He's gonna try to do that. Like you said, I think how the Meta Liberation got the cameras and shit. Like they try to record shit. Yeah. I think like you say, like they may take advantage of the league in the situations, but I don't think the league is actively thinking of, all right, we're gonna use this information we got to try to expose them in this way.
Because especially one of the things that's like heavily emphasized, not counting Mr. Compress, the league is a bunch of like young people. So they're not necessarily completely oriented towards what's my big picture, macro.
And they're crazy as shit.
Yeah. Like it's a decent number of crazy people. And then like Twice and Compress are a little old. Like Twice and Compress are both older, but Twice's life was derailed by the time he was 16. And that impacts the way you develop as a person. And in addition to that, he just kind of went fucking nuts. And then whatever's going on with Compress, he's clearly always stuck coping with whatever his life was by pretending everything's a show. So you have, which might mean Compress is the craziest member of the league, and we just haven't had the chance to really see that.
Yeah. Is it trash that I don't want your thought to come through simply because I don't want Toga to die?
Toga.
Hold on,
So
real
when
quick.
they fall, I don't necessarily mean they all have to die. Just them getting captured and Shigaraki having to like come out and basically pull the Goku and save all his comrades and be like,
Oh, is that what you meant? Like, that's what you
yeah,
mean, like they get captured, then Shigaraki saves them. And then, I thought you meant like they all just lose, and Shigaraki's like on his own. He have to make new league members.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that. Can we
No,
spend
they
some
would
time
have-
building up?
That would be, I think, a waste if they just had to make new league members.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm cool. I'm so okay with all the league people getting captured.
But see, that would be
Shigaraki-
kind of ass too, though, because like my nigga, like we already got niggas that got captured. Now they fit to get captured. Like I want the league to catch a W. This is what we need, a W.
No. What I'm saying is like the league gets captured, and then like Shigaraki, like let's say Shigaraki for some reason calls Giganto over to where he is. He rides Giganto back to the mansion as the heroes are cleaning up, bodies
'cause
them, sets them
I
free,
feel-
and then like and then the league like they get free and they start bodying niggas. Like that would be dope.
I mean, to be honest, if just some of them get away, they already have a W just by the. If you assume that Hawks can't use his quirk anymore, I mean that means at this point the number 2 and number 3 hero both are out essentially. Mirko doesn't seem like she's gonna be all that good either after that.
Yeah.
So that's seriously thinning out the top 10.
Are y'all surprised that some people still think that she's not gonna die?
I'm very surprised.
I don't know if she's gonna die, but whether she dies or
Oh.
not, she's seriously injured.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no. Like I'm like, if you see how that chapter ended, I can't
She's
see
dying.
another way. I can't see another
Okay,
way.
it's okay. We still got.
I like
Still got who?
Wash.
Oh, fuck that.
Oh,
nigga.
I cannot wait to watch.
No,
I
it's like,
don't watch this trash. I don't watch this trash.
Where is
hope- I
Washim?
hope-
I don't have it.
I
Where
hope
is
Wash
he?
gets washed.
he's at the hospital.
At the
Everybody-
hospital, okay.
Everybody's gonna be fighting, then Wash gonna come up. I'm here to end this war. Ooh, I cannot wait.
Here's the thing about it. Like I can high key see I can high key see it. I can high key see them getting fucked up though. Because the thing is, last panel starts with her leg about to do a hard axe kick into that fucking tube. There ain't nothing else I could see happening unless somebody grabs her ass and pulls her back.
And Endeavor just donkey punched the thing that was trying to do that.
You know, it'd be
Yeah.
crazy if we haven't seen the percentage of what Shigaraki's at. What if the doctor sped it up, and before her leg kicks, all we see is his hand reach out and grab her face? I would be like, yo.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
Coach used to go.
No, I don't want her to grab her face. I want her to grab her leg. I want her to
I want
catch
her
her.
to grab her.
No, I want her to grab her leg because that way she'll fall. She'll fall and then she won't be able to fight no more.
Do you think she might automatically start disintegrating as soon as she touches him?
Yeah, no. As soon as she touches her leg, it's gonna start crawling up her whole body.
No. What Dustin is asking, do you think that Shigaraki decay will affect like people if they touch his body?
Oh.
So you asking if this nigga is Yamamoto's Bankai now, where if you touch him, you burn? Like,
I don't know about all that.
It's a possibility. I mean, we don't know what the doctor did.
Somebody said Rex need to get that clown suit ready.
No, sir. No, sir.
Oh, I was going to ask Anaki too. Do you think Hawks and Dobby had some relationship as kids now?
I think they do.
Yeah.
That's what I said earlier.
Because I'm saying going back to that thing Rex tried to use as a debunk last week. I can use as more evidence because everybody he knows, every name he said has something to do with Endeavor.
And here's the thing: is that my stance on that is that, especially with what we got this chapter where they said Hawks, you're going to become a hero in a special program. Toya might have been forced into that program.
That's what I said. That shit.
That's what I was saying last week. I was like, he probably knows it because they were probably in the same program and shit just wasn't working out with his quirk.
I told Rex that he was like, "Nah, bro, you reaching, bro."
Because that's the most rational conclusion. Like, if him and Hawks knew each other as kids, and Hawks at some point said, like, "Oh yeah, I'm Kago," like because he couldn't have his name.
Man, get that clown suit ready, Rex. I don't care about the quarantine.
No, it's not even just that. Like, why is it that they talked about Endeavor and shit like that before he figured out he asked him who he is? Yeah, it's a lot of shit like that. So sorry. Oh, and also, Aniki, somebody asked you to talk about the commission.
Well, Okay, because like the thing that I think is because I think he's going to talk about more about how as much as publicly and like everybody's like the heroes themselves are like, oh yeah, we don't like child soldiers. We like want to get and like we even see that like Fat Gum is like, no, I want to get you kids back to the rear guard as soon as possible. The Hero Commission is literally like, yes, we are making a child soldier right now. We are fully aware that this is what we are doing. Okay. And like that's a weird self-awareness for the good guys to have that they're doing something so morally questionable.
Oh, it's Squid.
Questionable.
I mean, because it's not really bad. Because I don't know. I don't think they sent Hawks out to fight when he was a kid. They just trained him this whole life.
He probably didn't send him out to fight as a kid, but they probably did send him out to fight as a kid. Not as a little kid, but as a teenager, hell yeah. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been like a top hero at the age of 18.
He probably
you know what? What's funny is looking back at the Hero Billboard episode, Endeavor mentioned that Hawks didn't go to UA, and that's kind of weird because we all know that most of the top 10 heroes or whatever went to UA, or at least Shiketsu. So Hawks being from a no-name school makes no sense.
Yeah,
because like we know the
He probably didn't have to go.
Not from a school.
I don't think he went to any school, to be honest.
He probably got inserted into the top 10.
I know what I'm saying is he didn't have to go to school. But what I'm saying is it kind of is odd. Like looking if we like kind of thought about it a little bit, him not going to UA or any other like big school kind of makes it weird that he's in the top 10. But we didn't think about it. We were just like, okay, he didn't go to UA, whatever. But we didn't.
But we know that he was in this program, so I just assumed that the school wasn't part of the program.
I mean, if you're talking about back in the Pro Hero days, that's different because at that point, he said he didn't go to UA. That didn't mean anything. That just meant he didn't go to UA.
It's not odd him being in the top 10.
It's not that far back that he was that young.
Yeah, and not only that, it's like once we find out he's part of the Hero Commission's program, at that point, he just pretty much I just made up in my head that he probably just gave him a license. He didn't need to go to all that school.
Yeah, I just think he didn't go to school.
I think he's trying to say that the commission like rigged him to get into the top 10 or some shit.
Oh yeah, I've been saying that.
I'm not.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think so. No.
Because here's the thing, right?
I don't necessarily mean like rigged, but I feel like he got in there strictly because he's part of it.
No, he's really effective. His quirk is really effective.
No. You got to realize Hawks is the Gaten of the good guys.
He's a who?
Gaten.
Oh, from the league.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, I got you.
Like taken in by like the supreme leaders, raised to be, super effective with his quirk. You got to think, this man is 22 and uses his quirk to sense the vibrations of the air to just like specifically discern the locations of people inside of falling buildings and track 76 different individuals doing it.
Yeah, that nigga raw.
Like the amount of technique and training he's had to be good with his quirk. Like they would have put him through the program. Unlike normal kids who was at school from like 8 to 3 p.m., he would have been in there probably from 7 to 7 daily, all kinds of training. Became extremely proficient. And like the thing is that all you have to do is solve a lot of crimes. And yes, because of, like crowd approval, the Hero Commission is there to give him a marketing team to push his brand. He stayed local, built himself up an image, like by being just in his area consistently. And he's young and friendly, and they gave him personal interaction lessons too to like help with that.
Yeah, he also started his own agency from jump. I assume most people just go from their internship to being sidekicks. And if he never was in a school, he never had an internship, so makes sense that he starts his own agency from jump. And we know that it's not impossible to come into the top 10 if you're very young. Like we know that, I think Endeavor said he was number 2 when he was 20.
Yep.
So you can be very young and still be in the top 10 by your own merit.
Yeah, because it's like popping. There's a lot of shit to go into being the top hero.
No.
And
never mind. I just want to say that your initial statement that you think that Toya was in the program with him, I kind of don't think that, because the only thing we know about Toya, if we're talking about Dawi being Toya, is that Toya was at home playing with his kids with his siblings at some point during when Shoto first started being trained. We know that he was at home playing with his siblings, so he can't be at this program 24/7.
My counter to that would be that he had special privileges as the son of the number 2 hero.
No, the better counter is that Toya is assumed by his family to be dead, right?
That too.
So the commission maybe took advantage of that and saw some potential in Toya, and instead of
Oh, so you think you picked them up
the-
after whatever?
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
that,
So not that
There-
they ever
there
put
is
it
a-
there, but whatever. I would be.
There-
Wow.
There is a discrepancy. There is a discrepancy that maybe y'all can help me understand. He so Natsuo talks about how he ignored all his other siblings, and I didn't even think about this until Squid brought this up. Not Squid. Sorry, until she brought it up. But yeah, he was training to he was training Todoroki in that episode we just watched. But Toya was still there. Was he training them both at the same time?
No.
I think he dropped Toya when he started training Shoto.
Yeah, Endeavor's trained each and every one of them, but once they found out it was not useful,
I don't think he trained Natsuo. I think Natsuo is that frustrated because he was never trained, because he was like failure from the start. I think that really hurt Natsuo.
No, I think Endeavor was definitely training both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise there wouldn't have been an accident. Because there's definitely implied there was an accident that happened. But the thing is, he wouldn't have done that. He wouldn't have done that unless, that wouldn't really mean anything unless they were trained at the same time. Because he talked about them being ignored, but wouldn't. Yeah,
I think they were trained at the same time. They maybe not always in the same sessions, but no, they would have been trained at the same time.
That's a good point, though. I never thought about that.
Okay, I thought
I didn't think about this until
Toya when
she brought
Toya
it up.
failed to do the flash fire thing because of his weak constitution.
Yeah, also,
but the thing. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Also, like what Dustin point about them picking him up after the accident happened. My only thing was about that is, wouldn't the burns be on his body at the time? Wouldn't Hawks notice the burns of a kid?
That's what I said. That's why I don't think he's part of that in any program. Because the thing is,
me either.
Why would he? Yeah, because I'd be like, he would have recognized it from those. From those burn
but
marks.
it's a lot of things that he might. This is what y'all understanding. It's so much we don't know about Dabi. It's possible that his body wasn't burned to that extent at that age. It's possible that the commission had him use his quirk so much after they got him, and his body got to that point. It's a lot that we don't know. So you can't really pull out anything yet till we get more about Dabi. But the point is that they're showing us so much that it's like they're saying that there's a connection between them. So we're trying to figure out exactly what that connection is and how it could be.
Because
I definitely know there's a connection. I definitely know that. I just don't know if it's that. That's all it is. Really.
There's also
possible.
the possibility that it's not Toya, but
That's
that's not a possibility.
even ignoring that, because one of the things to consider also is that Dabi was not the first time he had critical burns, they didn't have to be these festering 4th degree no skin burns, right? He could have gone to the hospital with mostly 2nd and a few 3rd degree burns, and that still was enough to pass off as potentially dying, because that's still a really intensive treatment. Yeah. And then the Hero Commission just took him after that.
Yeah.
And so he might have recovered somewhat, but started developing the 4th degree burns and then got cut from the program. And he wasn't as bad as he is now when he got cut. So Hawks wouldn't remember him that way. Plus factor in hair color. That would explain why he's non-existent in the records. He doesn't have a name anymore. He just goes by cremation or whatever his quirk could potentially be.
Yep. To be honest, I think most of the burns he has them now were not anything he had as a child. I think he probably had some sort of burns as a child, but I think the burns that he has now are in a way a disfiguration just to make himself not be recognized. They are so symmetric that they have to be self-inflicted or in some way.
That's actually another thing that people talk about. I remember somebody saying what if Dabi got burned trying to do the same beard style thing and the prominence burn that Endeavor does, but nobody's talked about potentially him doing that as a form of just self-mutilation, which
that's what I always took it as, to be honest.
From an aesthetic standpoint, it makes more sense that way, that part of him was let me fuck myself up real quick.
I think Dabi and Tokiyami fighting, because a lot of people thinking that.
Oh, they're fighting.
I don't think
sure.
so.
But I don't.
No.
What do you mean?
I don't think they're fighting.
That's so surprising.
So what do you think he's gonna do? He's just gonna knock him out?
What's Tokiyami doing there?
No. My whole thing is he rescued Hawks, and he knows that he's not supposed to be on the front line. So my thing is, his thought process is get Hawks out of there, get myself out of there, and dip. I can fly. I can get it out of there. Tokiyami himself thinks that he should fight in this situation.
Oh no, he shouldn't fight.
No.
He should definitely do exactly what.
What really makes me worry is just Gigantomachia being in the situation.
I think Hawks is about to die saving Tokiyami. Yeah,
Maybe that can happen, but I'm like, the thing
Yeah,
is, he could try to save him all he wants, but I'm like, but the Dobby's not gonna just let him get away. So it's like, there's something has to happen.
Yeah. So just because Dobby's not letting him get away doesn't mean that Tokiyami has to fight. I don't think he's gonna fight because it makes no logical sense for him to fight in this situation.
Does it not? Why do you say that?
Because he already knows who Dobby is. They've already got records of all the villains they will be.
Records? He met this nigga.
Okay,
Yeah.
You know what I mean, nigga. But what I'm saying is that he knows that he has fire. He's weak against fire in life. There's no reason why Tokiyami is in any sense of thinking I can beat this dude. I should fight this dude.
Do you know why? Do you know what my counter to that is?
What?
Why would they specify? Why would they specify why would they specify?
Yeah, I just thought of that too.
The way to counter that.
Yeah,
in the flashback.
Yeah, that's part of writing, my nigga. It's something to that. Hey, we call him Hor. Don't never waste the pen of Horikoshi. He didn't just put that in there for no reason, bro.
Yeah, because he specified.
My counter to that is not fighting. It's just to improve his escape. Like he may be able.
No, but the exact words was how do you deal with an opponent that does that? It's to strike first before they can use it. Finish the job before. Well, I guess you could say finishing the job would be escaping.
But I don't think there will be a real fight just because Tokiyami and Dabi just have so little connection still. Even with Dabi almost killing Hawks, I don't feel they have enough of a connection to now make this a big fight. This seems to be like a save Hawks and run situation to me.
No, I mean, it could start off that way for sure. I know his goal is to get him out of there. He's not going to try to beat him, but he will have to fight him. That's the thing. He's going to have to.
That's the thing. I feel like Fat Gum is going to interfere too because.
He
was with Fat Gum, and Fat Gum is not going to just let Tokiyami just be off and not going to get him because Fat Gum's job is to get them back to real life.
The only thing that could happen at that point would be he brings his whole taxi service in that bitch.
No, he can still drop them off and then go zoom over there.
He could, but I feel you got a better chance. I don't think he's a good matchup to Dabi at all.
It doesn't matter about him being a good matchup. He's a hero, my nigga.
That's all.
He can't let the student be not where he's supposed to be. He's a sensei. What you mean?
I mean, I guess. I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be a bad outcome for him.
It don't matter. He's a hero.
I might have said it many times. Heroes are supposed to make the impossible possible and come out of every bad situation. So,
yeah, nigga, counter.
I mean, I think when he comes in, it wouldn't be that important. I mean, at that point, it would be whatever is left of Hawks will take him out of the equation. But we would have Tokoyami, Kaminari, Madman, Mushroom, and Fat Gum. I think they would at least be able to save Hawks from Dabi.
Yeah.
Dabi is not that overpowered.
Hawks has to die, bro. Hawks has to die.
Here's the thing: is that Dabi is a bad matchup for everyone you just mentioned.
Yeah, sure, he's a bad matchup, but I think all together.
Let him send out. Just throw Mushroom Girl all the way over there. Have her squirt mushrooms in his lungs and just walk away. Simple as that.
That's not how it'll work.
Mushroom burn too, I guess.
They need the humidity.
It's not how it would work. It's not how it would work. But
the flames would cause an updraft, leading the spores to never actually.
I think the one to do best against him would be Madman. I think.
No, not at all. Because they in the joint training arc they specified that if Todoroki would have started off with flames, it would have been an entirely different fight because he can't soften flames.
Yeah,
he can't soften flames, but he can still, I don't know, try to
go underground.
Yeah.
Hit him with a dig attack. Ground fight moves are super effective.
But y'all forget that Dabi has a limit. Like his quirk hurts himself. So if time is a factor against Dabi, if they can be able, but they still shouldn't be trying to fight Dabi.
So time is a factor. If he throws out some flames and just leaves it on fire, that's still going to make it almost impossible for the humidity necessary for the.
Dabi is not unbeatable though, nigga. I almost watched that.
Oh yeah, no. He's not unbeatable. That's why y'all
hyped up Dabi like this. I'm like,
he's not unbeatable. He's not unbeatable. But
him like he a god and shit.
This is literally just a bad matchup.
I was exactly about to say that. Everybody who's on that team is not a good matchup. Terrible matchup.
Angum is still a pro hero though, bro.
You mean if Flash ran there, it would be good.
Being fat don't stop you from burning.
I'm about to say, the thing about Fat Gum
is... If Aizawa was able to watch Dabi, I'm pretty sure Fat Gum...
Well, I mean, the nigga with negation abilities, I'd imagine a negation abilities with a nigga who can't fight. That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good one.
Aizawa was also a villain combat specialist in the early parts of his career. He like straight up made it a point to just go around and give niggas hands.
Yeah,
he's got
That's what I'm saying, like,
he's got a 6 out of 5, like an S-class technique grade. Like, come on.
Yeah, like the Fat Gun
think...
thing is that he's good at he's able to counter physical attacks, not these sort of things. If this was a physical attack, he had a good chance to beat it.
He got hands too, though.
He got hands, but not good ones when he's fat.
Not good enough hands to like he can't punch through the flames.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I honestly think of all the characters there, Fat Gum is probably the worst matchup.
You know, man, he coming back. He not just go like, all right, fuck Tokiyama. He left. All right, fuck him.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
he'll come
sure,
back.
but I think he's a very bad matchup because he's...
like y'all said we hyping up Dobby like a god. No, Dobby's one of my favorite characters. That nigga is not good at all. But when it comes to court matchups, he does have a good advantage against a lot of people. The problem is he just keeps fighting people who are bad matchups for him.
In the next few chapters, I need a hero or multiple heroes to die because twice is already dead. I need Miracle to be dead. I need Hawks to be dead. I need Crust to be
Twice
dead.
kill a hero?
I don't think Crust is gonna die.
Crust has to die, bro.
No, I'm saying because I don't think he is because think about it. How the fuck is Endeavor there?
Endeavor handles the fucking lightweight
That's
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying Crust beat the Nomu. I'm saying Crust isn't dead.
I'm saying I want Crust to die. I didn't say he's dead already. I want him to.
Okay. Yeah, but I thought you were saying like he died for that. No, I was like, nah,
he ain't
Endeavor wouldn't be there right now.
Crust ain't dying off screen.
Also, that little speaker box that Giganto Machia told him.
Mm-hmm.
Worries me a bit. I don't know what it is, but
you already know
that's the radio. That's the radio that they use to talk to him and get him to do shit.
Yeah, so you already know that's
obvious foreshadowing because the Miracle. Breaks Shigaraki out.
Giganto Machia makes me worry all the time.
The moment he gets out, it's basically over for the. It was over with twice. He gets out, it's over because we know he can destroy mountains.
But see, that's
top off mountains.
But that makes me worried though. Shigaraki getting out this early in the arc, it's like, damn, how long is this arc gonna be then? Because I feel like when Shigaraki get out, it's wrapping shit up time. It's gonna get on popping.
Well, I would say that, but the thing is, think about it. There's something we haven't seen yet, and it's the kids.
The big kids.
Yeah, we ain't seen none of them at all this whole arc. So I'm like, I don't think it's
all the other heroes. But I'm saying, but like, how are they gonna contain Shigaraki? Unless like they give him a what's the word they call it? Like they give him a handicap or something because him coming out of the thing early. Well, how are they gonna stop this now?
It's probably gonna be like the Nomu for sure. Like he's gonna start off at a lower level. Yeah, but he's gonna as the arc progresses, he's gonna rise.
But Shigaraki from
he got
the two. They couldn't. I don't think they can fuck with him.
Oh yeah, no, he's still gonna be busted. But then again, gonna be like he's gonna be trapped in the hospital, and at that point, it's probably gonna be a combined effort to take him down, and he'll be fighting all these niggas.
I trust Horikoshi, but I'm just concerned.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying, there's ways you can stall him and keep him there in that hospital for a bit. Now, what you can't stop is Machia. Yeah, that's gonna be a different one. Like,
especially because we do have Endeavor's ability to like flame hop does make it so that he doesn't have to like just touch the ground, which means Endeavor versus Shigaraki could actually be a good matchup.
But he can spread this shit through the air now.
And isn't Aizawa else at the hospital?
Is he?
Always use.
Yes. Aizawa's at the hospital. He hit Ujiko with Erasure, and that's how we found out that he also had the immortality quirk that they gave, or the high speed regeneration quirk that they gave all for one.
I mean, Aizawa would be useful against Shigaraki.
I mean, I guess, but the thing about that is, Shigaraki always had hands, and he's faster than he was back in USJ, and he was super fast back then too. So I'm like,
not had hands, nigga. What you
saying? He was able to. That nigga was able to catch fucking Aizawa's punch. He knows.
He don't mean he got hands.
What I'm listening to is saying is he ain't gonna get washed by Aizawa. That's what I'm saying.
No, I just saying that Aizawa would be useful as a support, maybe not as alone by himself.
One thing we don't ever talk about with Shigaraki is that did All For One ever just like straight up train him? I think he did, and I think that's why like when he went to USJ, and he.
It's over for him. It's a wrap. He lasted a good hour, though.
Insane. What do you mean?
the robot. The trash mic guys came for you.
Oh my god.
Damn.
But no, fucking that thing, bro. How I phrase this? Fucking Shiggy, even if Aizawa were to do that, I feel like he still has the speed on his side. So even if he hasn't negated, he's not going to get beaten no time soon.
Oh yeah, because
really,
the
Yeah,
Shannon
not
with
gonna
the
get
Ganto
beaten, I
Makia.
mean.
Well, he's gonna call Makia too. Makia's gonna pull up
No,
as well.
I'm saying because of the training with Ganto Makia.
Oh yeah,
The combination of his
Yeah.
training with Giganto Makia, the fact that he has acquired enhancements recently, like
he has more
his
quirks.
base speed should just be higher at this point. Like,
Yeah, he should. He's
No, I mean,
already
he's
like busted.
not going to
speed.
get taken out. I just think that Aizawa may be a possibility for essentially for the other heroes to get away from him more so than
he may give him
beating
like
Shigaraki.
He may get him like
I
a
feel-
split second of shit or something.
reprieve.
Yeah.
One question I
Yeah.
want y'all to answer is that let's say Shigaraki starts decay on the ground. If Aizawa looks at Shigaraki, does decay on the ground stop, or does it continue to go?
I don't think it would continue because it's not actively by
stops.
him anymore. No. It would stop if he's like actively using his quirk. But if he touches the ground, it's already decaying.
Here's the
Can't
thing.
stop that.
He was able to decay, like he stopped the decay on his elbow. So theoretically, like he turns the decay on, but if the quirk is ever shut off, the decay stops.
Hmm.
I think it's still.
I mean, there
active,
also
but
has to be.
It stops though.
I mean, Shigaraki has to be able to control the decay in some way, and if
Well-
he can control it in some way, he also can stop it in this sense.
Well, yeah, but the
I mean,
thing is, he couldn't. I don't think he can control the thing when it touches the ground. When it like spread on the ground, I think he was controlling that.
Well, it's an emitter type ability, so you could argue that to a certain degree, he's like just like how Endeavor can control the shape of his flames when he throws them. It's kind of like that, where he still is like putting in the effort, especially with these ground decays. Because if you notice, like with these, like all throughout My Villain Academia, he never does like a tap and just stands there. He always maintains contact to keep control of the decay rate.
I think we're forgetting though. Shigaraki's supposed to have some other powers.
Yeah, as I'm saying, he has more quirks. I mentioned that earlier.
Yeah,
we know for sure that he's got the regeneration quirk because if you see the one where he's writhing on the table, you can actually see that his fingers started back growing. So
Yo,
probably also super strength because just what every Nomu has that at this point.
If Shigaraki got super strength, that's OD. That's OD.
Oh no, I need that. I need
That's
that exponentially.
OD. I don't know how I feel. That's OD.
No. If they give him power as a quirk, oh my god, I need
That's
that.
OD.
I need that.
That might make the Endeavor fight that much. I don't know.
Because the Nomu had power as well. He had the power and muscle augmentation. If Shigaraki has power as well as his like super high speed. Damn.
Yeah, what if Shigaraki come out of there like not using his decay quirk, like he has full control, so he doesn't turn it on, and he just bodies Miracle with just like brute strength. I'm like, yo.
Okay, that'd be raw as hell. I need that. I need that.
God, I feel so bad for Mirko.
I love Miracle.
He got to kill Miracle in a cruel ass way too.
Well, exactly.
It's already cruel.
And that's why I feel just flat out fucking decaying her ain't enough for me. That's gonna be too quick.
If he do it slow and painful.
Oh yeah, like
you mean like how when he live streamed him decaying All Might?
Oh, and then we forget about how All Might got a. How the fuck All Might's gonna come into
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. Like the thing I've always been questioning, even when this arc started, is like I know All Might gotta die. He's definitely gotta die now. But the question is how. The nigga ain't here.
Yeah.
And he ain't gonna be here.
Yeah.
The only way I can see him pulling up is if he sees Shigaraki on screen and tries to talk to him.
Yeah, I can see that, but still, how is that going to...
Or a possibility, what if the doctor gave Shigaraki the warp quirk?
Yeah, the warp
Well, the problem with that is he'd have to know where the fuck All Might is. And he's been out for 3 months. How the fuck do we know this nigga's
I
at?
don't think is that hard to find.
I don't think All Might's that hard to find, and also I think that what I was saying, he has to warp quirk. I think that we was having questions about how he's going to get to the mansion and stuff. That could be a way.
Oh yeah, good point. Well, the thing is, they call it 9 a prototype, but he was limited to 9 quirks. Do you think Shigaraki has a limit?
Well, if he's gonna be like all for one, he shouldn't have.
The thing is that we don't, because the doctor straight up said it takes 3 months for a single quirk implant to sit, like to hold, right? So with Shigaraki being the perfect vessel, though, you could argue that maybe like he was taking in like 2 or 3 quirks all at once and still healing for like 3 months. But we don't know for sure. Like Horikoshi gave himself enough range where if he wants to, he can make him really ridiculous off jump, or he can make him build into something really
Yeah, I
ridiculous.
think it was better to build him into something because then it could be kind of parallel to how Deku learns multiple quirks one after the other. I mean, Deku at this point only learns. Maybe he can already fly, but I don't know. And so maybe
I said
parallel.
I said it perfectly. Shigaraki not starting off at 100% is great. That'd be perfect because that means that we see both of their journeys, and it would make sense because the thing is, if he's already at his 100% maximum, then what the fuck? You ain't never seen him again until end of series. At that point, I don't want that.
You know what?
Yeah.
This him not being like fully healed and completed may be the way that we see Shigaraki still stay like in like growth with Deku.
Yes, exactly.
If
That's what I need.
if the healing would have went to 100%, I think that he comes out at 100%. Because it's ending early, he may have to work on like stabilizing for a while. It may
even if he was at 100%, he would still have to like learn how to use his power and quirks, and it's like it's not just gonna be he's just gonna be super OD.
Well, yeah, but the thing is,
his body is strong enough to handle him now, so I think that will like counteract like any repercussions.
Any like learning curves, any learning curves. Yeah. Because
do y'all think Shigaraki pulling out the tube is going to be like when Madara pulled up on the forehead, like the Shinobi Alliance?
Yes,
I do, but I don't. Like that. I do, but I don't. I feel like it's going to be taking much slower than that. Much slower,
but like to the same extent.
Because it's like in that chapter, that nigga went off and just bodied everybody.
Luckily, they're not
by just pulling up that fucking meteor immediately.
With Shigaraki, I mean, the only two people that are there are actually Mirko and Deva at this point, right?
I mean, we got bum ass Crust.
Yeah, I mean, wherever he is now, I haven't seen him in this chapter, but he should be in the area.
Why is Crust a bomb? What's with this Crust slander for no reason?
He's a number 6 hero.
Yeah, like he's right below Mirko, and like we saw him like cut off the arms of a Nomu with just his shit. Like y'all are disrespectful.
Look, I'm a slander Crust because Mirko was fighting 3 or 4 high-end Nobus that were unstable. And actually managed to kill 2 of them, or at least like
one. It was
one, just one. But like managed to kill 1, and Crust out here struggling in a 1v1 with a big
nigga. It's a cramp. It's a cramp space.
Arms.
I'm not gonna
cramp give you space, my ass, nigga.
I'm not gonna give you all that. Mirko's struggling too.
Yeah, I mean, Mirko
No, she is now. But I think when Anaki's
she was struggling at the start, nigga. She was getting her ass whooped from the beginning. She was just whooping their ass too, but they was whooping her ass too.
I think the fighting style is just very, very different. Like Mirko just doesn't seem to care when she gets damaged, and Crust I think is a bit more careful. So
look,
whatever.
If that was a 1v1, Mirko would have like bodied that thing and kept going. She only lost that arm.
No, he right. He right.
She only lost that arm because of a nigga who was fighting her while she was fighting 2 other niggas.
Okay,
like come on.
So
with that fucking like black hole quirk too.
If Mirko was in the same situation as Crush, I think she loses because the area is so cramped. It's just
she's going to lift his face off.
Okay, just dodge the damn walls and gain momentum.
I'll let y'all suck up Mirko. Go ahead.
Mirko is the second strongest out of the top 10. I feel like.
Well, you mean out of physical strength? Or you mean overall?
Yeah, power.
By the way, where's
okay? Yeah, you're right.
I just think that the cramp space, y'all are like the cramp space is like something that y'all are just like completely like the area in which she can move is limited. So her like bouncing power and everything will be limited.
Yeah, she's a rabbit. She's a rabbit, bro.
But here's the thing: is that I feel like this is advantageous to Crust, and he's still not handling business. Because he showed he can make these giant ass shields and use them to slice into things. So he should have just been able to slice this thing like into this thing's brain and keep moving. It can't dodge.
It was one panel. You guys are just
maybe it's just more defensive than offensive.
I'm not gonna let y'all.
He is overcritical of Crust right now, but Crust
for no reason. It was one panel that we saw him stop the
but you are also overprotective of Crust right now too.
By the way, where's Edshot? I'm thinking about the top 10.
He was outside.
He's outside, right?
He's outside. Yeah, he's at the mansion.
I want to see that samurai nigga.
Yes, Yoroi Musha. I need to see him.
Yeah, I want to see him.
Yeah.
I care about Wash. I really don't care about any of these other.
Nigga, I
you want to see Wash?
Wash should go to the Derby. I don't care.
Wash a meme, but I love Wash, but he's a meme. I care about I need to see Yoroi Musha.
Now when Dobby doing all those fires, then we just see Water's gallows on, and all right.
I ain't gonna be. I'd be low key mad.
Yeah. Okay, no, you'd be mad. I'd be laughing my ass off.
So much. Okay, whatever.
Yeah,
And
basically.
then
I don't
I
love Wash.
He looks so useless.
I love Wash. What you mean?
It's the whole character design thing. Like
I
with
know we're
One
not
Piece,
capping on Crust.
when we saw the Revolutionary Army, was like, "Oh, these niggas trash." I'm
Oh
like,
no,
okay.
we not capping on Crust. We speaking nothing but facts. This man need to put in
The
work.
revolutionaries were trash.
Okay, let's
They
not.
were.
Yeah.
Oh no,
No,
I'm
I have
saying
nothing
let's
against
not One
Cross.
Piece.
It's just that he didn't do anything in all these chapters, and so much was happening.
Like, because like my issue is like it should have been Crust saving Miracle here, not Endeavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that
Where
too.
did Endeavor even come from? He was like in a completely different
No,
floor the entire time.
Hold on,
No.
Andy, you bugging.
No, he was in the-
Endeavor's the number one hero.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
Endeavor. Nothing against it, but Endeavor was something else, and Crust was right there.
Yo, no,
For whatever
bro.
reason, Endeavor came
No.
there first.
He's
No,
the number
no,
one
one
hero,
thing-
and he can use flames to
Okay.
move fast as fuck.
Yeah,
So,
I feel that.
one thing I
feel
will
like
say
that.
is Crust was fighting a high end, and Crust pointed out when he was going down towards Miracle, there's a whole bunch of different passageways towards the morgue underground. So Endeavor could went another path, and Crust obviously had that narrow hallway with that one big high end.
Okay,
So-
but here's the thing. The hallway that Crust ran into that high end in was literally the room where Miracle was in.
Yeah, I mean, they were basically talking to each other across the room.
Yeah, so like they were
Okay.
in the same area, so that's why I'm like, I can see where Anaki's coming from on that. But
Like-
it's
And
Like,
Endeavor was
literally,
like
like, so-
with all the others up there.
So it's like Endeavor handled the Nomu and the like floor of the hospital, came all the way down there, caught up to where Crust was, broke through where Crust was, left Crust in that room where the original high-end chamber
we don't
was,
know
and
Crust-
caught
You
up.
know, to be honest, I think Endeavor just
Okay,
broke
hold
through
on,
the
hold on.
ceiling. If I'm
Crust-
honest. I
Crust
just think
could-
he just fell down essentially.
Crust could be right
Let's
behind
pause.
Endeavor. This whole Crust didn't show it yet.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Yeah, let's pause real quick because we don't know what Chris did because look, he only hit one. So what about the other two in the back? Because it was like 3 more Nomus.
Yeah,
In
no.
the back. How did Endeavor get past those?
I mean, we also
And
don't
we
know
know
how
he
Endeavor got
one-shot
there.
him.
Endeavor could have
Sonic
just,
boom.
and that's my point. I think he just came through the ceiling. I think it just smashed the ceiling and came through.
No,
I don't
but
think he
he
walked
one-shot
through
it.
these.
no, because if you look back,
Yeah.
there's a panel. You can see that
Wait.
if you look, because the hero never ever, you can actually see the glowing like heat
Flames
as he's
behind
running
it.
up from behind. So he literally ran up behind this Nomu and donkey punched it. Like it wasn't sweet. He had to like
Yeah, but we don't know if he came through the same way where Crust was. We don't know that. It'd have just.
I mean, how else do you get to where like to the same room pathway that Crust did?
I mean,
I thought
at
he
the same
just
time-
fought on his floor. He fell down to the basement, and then he was essentially already there.
And then we forget Miracle been left Crust behind. Like she's been fighting Nomus in a different area from this nigga for a minute.
Yeah, because that nigga can't handle business.
Bro, y'all, yeah, like Sean say in the chat.
I have nothing against Crust.
Y'all underrating these high ends, bro. Endeavor's struggle was about to die against one.
The thing is though, we have to remember what we pointed out here in this chapter. They are indeed nerfed. These niggas are nerfed.
It doesn't matter, but the thing is that they're nerfed. Them at their nerf, it's still too much for them to handle.
That's what makes Crust trash.
No, it don't. No, it don't. Because
I actually think Crust probably can perfectly well handle with the gnome that he's dealing with. He's just not dealing with the ones Mirko is fighting. I don't see a problem, to be honest.
Like,
I think he's just
Okay,
slow.
Okay, here's I'm looking at the chapter now. The Nomu comes in, and look at the Nomu. If you go back to 262, the first page, it looks like the net Nomu has a helmet on his head
the net Nomu?
that's protecting his brain. And then the Nomu is very thick, so like Crust cannot just cut right through.
Stick it in his motherfucking mouth.
wow, pause.
Whoa.
Right, 262.
Yeah, bro, like,
He has a helmet on his head. He can't even cut the brain, really. Man,
but you can cut the neck off.
Stop
No,
it.
bro.
Stop disrespecting Crust, man.
No,
Stop
man.
it.
You know what?
Stop
Well,
it.
Shield spike that nigga through the chin.
When Crest come in next chapter with a normal head in his hand, I want to hear apologies all around the table. All right.
That ain't happening. That's not happening.
When Endeavor's on the ground, like bloodied up because it's fighting Shigaraki and Crust, like, get out of here, number one. We need you alive. I want everyone to respect Crust.
Only if Crust dies in that scene. With his bum ass.
Yo, why you disrespecting the number 6 man to go?
Because his name is Crust. I don't respect crusty niggas.
I knew that.
I ain't gonna lie, Crust kind of look raw though, and his power kind of raw.
I like his power.
Okay, like actually, that's my problem.
Right?
With him, I feel like he should have done more. Or like, I feel like he has a good enough power where like I just can't justify like his performance currently.
But like the thing is, like Horikoshi only spent, let's see, one.
Listen, this is what I say. This is what
and
I
a
say
half
in that matter.
in one
Horikoshi
in
himself
1/4 of a
stated
panel.
He writes every chapter with the ending in mind. So he always 10 steps ahead. So I got faith that Crust ain't flopping for no reason. Air quote flopping, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna flopping. But we still ain't seen how Endeavor got past everybody else.
Simple,
Yeah, I think we have to see what Crust actually doing.
nose.
Say anything about how he's doing.
I want him to like not be trash. I just can't. I can't trust it.
Nigga, he's not trash. He's a top 10 hero, my nigga.
I mean, comparative. Like, I don't want to, because like the thing is, like, what I'm worried about is like, what is the gap actually like in the top 10, right? Because like when I see like Endeavor's effectiveness, I still like I feel like Endeavor is cleanly ahead of like he was.
That was also hinted at
like,
by Hawks when he
characters.
said that Endeavor's the only one who tried to surpass All Might. That hints at that there is an actual gap between Endeavor and whoever.
So it's like it's kind of shaky as is with, and like it's like there's a noticeable gap in my opinion between Edgeshot and Endeavor. Like yes, there's a good amount of matchups they can both handle, but I don't ever see really a world where Edgeshot can beat Endeavor.
I mean, just fighting wise, there's a big gap between Hawks and Endeavor.
I don't know because Edgeshot's power is fucking crazy.
Yeah, but they're both like the same speed roughly. They're both hypersonic, so it's
but he can get into small spaces in your body and fuck you off.
But if Endeavor is like moving and reacting at that speed, he can just burn him away before he gets in there.
Yeah,
or if
I think
just like does like heats up his entire body. Like
every fire always every fucking
I think Endeavor can fuck you off better than Edgeshot.
Yeah, because even if it's inside of his body, he can just heat his body up to a super high temperature, and then what?
Yeah, but Edgeshot gets in and out. Edgeshot don't stick around, my nigga. He gets in. He's quick as fuck. He gets in and out. All he has to do is wait for one opening and fucking puncture your lung and get the fuck out of there, and you fucked.
Yeah, but you're also fucked if Edgeshot just prominence burns your ass.
Yeah, but prominence burn is a thing. He can't just like. He has to really get into that bad. He can't just like really go into it like that.
Also, I want to say that the gap between
I hate when we power scale in Myro. I hate when we do that.
Yeah.
No, but
I love it because of how debatable it is. That's why I love it.
Yeah, I don't power scale either. I just think that Hawks hinted at that nobody tried to surpass All Might but Endeavor, which to me seems to hint that there seems to be a gap between Endeavor and everybody else.
I don't know if there's a gap though. I think that he was the only. I think everybody realized like, hey, we can't. He's just too far. But Endeavor was the only one that was like being insane and still trying. He was still just hitting himself up against the wall, even though.
I never saw that. I never saw that as a testament of his strength. I saw that as a statement to say, yeah, everybody knew that this was an impossible feat, but regardless of that, you kept trying anyway.
So, but here's the thing, right?
But I do think there's a gap though, but it's not for that reason.
Yeah.
Because like when you look at some of the stuff that Endeavor does, like he manages to have like super speed, like some of the other heroes. He manages to like slice fucking buildings in half and make sure they don't destroy entire like neighborhoods of people and all kinds of other shit. There's kind of like you realize that, and when you think about the fact that when we see him early in the series, he can't fly, and then like he's doing like closer to like flight replication and stuff. Now you realize that Endeavor is the only one who not only like from like early in this series, but like is the only pro hero that we've seen actually increase in power level throughout the series, and like while still being effectively like ahead of everybody already. He had solved the most crimes before he was like doing the jet burner, the jet flight, and all that other stuff that he's doing now. Yeah. So like to me, there is like a clear gap. Like
no, because I think Hawks would have eventually surpassed him if given more time. Because Hawks was so young and he accomplished so much.
Yeah,
already.
Sure. If given 20 years, maybe.
I think Hawks' body.
Okay.
I think Hawks needs like another year or two. You would have surpassed Endeavor.
Let's put in Genius in perspective. Then Genius can often when he become commended Genius on his speed because often wiped out everybody in the blink of an eye, but Genius saved them within the blink of an eye. So if you want to do matchups like that, then if Genius fucking in the blink of an eye manipulates Endeavor's clothes, then what we gonna do? What Endeavor gonna do?
Burn off the
Because
clothes.
his clothes don't burn for specifically. Nah, his clothes don't burn for a reason specifically.
Well,
We see his promise burn. His clothes don't burn off.
the way the genus quirk works, though, is that he needs to connect his threads to your threads, so the denim threads would still burn.
Yeah, but he's so quick that he can be able to connect the thread. That's what he's saying.
But the denim would still burn, so it wouldn't matter. He would
Why would it wouldn't burn if it's on if it connects to his thread? Why would it burn?
Because it's still denim.
I'm talking about him using.
No, I'm saying why would his thread burn on Endeavor's clothes?
Basically, because if he went to attach his clothes, like his jean denim thread to fireproof clothing, while he would start to infest it and get control, as soon as the denim thread burns, he no longer has control. The denim
but he's going to be able to take control over Endeavor's clothes before Endeavor's able to react and use the burn on his.
Bro, he literally all for one literally wiped out a whole city block, and he was able to move everybody with their clothes out of the way. But the thing is, for that argument to work, you have to argue that the Endeavor doesn't have that same level of activation speed.
But I'm saying what I'm saying is that they're both heroes. They're both top heroes. So you can't say y'all making it seem like that Endeavor is All Might. He just simply outclasses everybody else, and that's not how it is.
It's a bad matchup. That's all. Like,
it's not a bad matchup. It's not because he can use his clothes.
He can't.
Yes, he can.
No, he can't use his clothes because he needs to use his clothes to attach to his clothes. And if he attaches to his clothes
If I hear about his clothes,
why would his clothes burn?
Because his clothes aren't fireproof.
But Endeavor clothes doesn't burn.
Yeah, but he has to.
No. Essentially, what he's saying is
Endeavor's not burning clothes, and his clothes will burn up. So it doesn't matter if Endeavor's clothes.
Why would his clothes? Why would his clothes burn up?
No. Let me explain. The thing is, for him he has to establish a connection to be able to manipulate it. The connection is that thread that he has. While Endeavor heats himself up, when he gains control of him, Endeavor will heat himself up. He will burn all the thread that he has, so breaking the connection.
No, but if Best Genius is able to gain control, all he needs to do is to make the connection. Once he makes the connection, he can control it.
But he can't stop Endeavor from catching on fire and burning his denim thread.
It doesn't matter. Once he like Hawk said, the best way to beat a fire user is to finish the job before they use their fire. What are we talking about?
But he's not going to be able to one shot Endeavor.
No, I'm not saying
okay. We're talking about a scenario where he absolutely blindsides Endeavor with an attack. Okay,
he can do it. He can do it direct. He can do it head on.
East one. What is it? East?
Let me roll this down real quick.
All right.
Archbishop House. Let me roll this down real quick. The fundamentals of power scale and MHA don't work because of this. Nobody knew Endeavor can do what he could do until the Pro Hero arc, when he had to push past his limits and go beyond. We had never seen anybody else besides Miracle in the top 5 go to the brink. Best Genius versus All for One, One for All doesn't count because those niggas are gods. So you can't compare that. So you can't compare anybody. We can't compare Headshot now because we haven't seen them niggas go all out against.
I think we have a good handle on what Hawks can do based on what he didn't do during the Nemo fight.
Well, my point is we haven't seen them, but you can't count out a top hero. They're a top hero for a reason.
So,
yeah,
for sure. It's just more like it's a fact.
Oh yeah, sure, it's a fact.
No, it is a fact. No, he's right about that. It is a fact. But the thing is, at the time being, at least from when I go by scaling, I go by the moment. So until when they show me something that gives me more evidence, I'll go by that. I'm 100% go by that.
If you using Best Genius stopping Endeavor isn't the good argument. The good argument is that he can use like shit like carbon fiber cables and stuff like that. So if he's in the right setting, he can like basically be flinging buildings and shit at him. That works.
But my argument was never him stopping Endeavor.
That argument doesn't work.
I'm saying that was never my argument.
Like I'm saying, like because of also the other thing that All for One showed us though is that just because he can get his threads in you, if your quirk lets you just break the thread, you're good. So
because his Best Genius's specialty is immobilization. So it's like if he'll immobilize you for sure, but guess what? They'll just break that shit anyway. So why would it matter? Like he'll break. But
also forget that heroes are not. The hero's goal is not to kill you. So if they switch their mode to where they use their quirks to kill you, they're freer. Like even Endeavor, when he went up to use Prominence Burn, he said, "You got to take me all the way up so I can be more free with my quirk."
Yeah, but talking about Endeavor specifically, we take into regard that best Gina's strength is to immobilize you. We know of Endeavor specifically that he can fight pretty good while being completely immobilized, because he was that during the fight against the High End. There was a point where he couldn't move anymore and just used his quirk still.
It's true. He directly
That
stated
doesn't refute what I'm saying, though.
No, but it still means that even if Best Genius gets his threats on Endeavor, and Endeavor can't move anymore because of the threats, he can still fight.
But see, this is my thing, though. I've never said that Best Genius is going to use his quirk to stop Endeavor. Like, that's the sole intention. I've never made that argument. I'm saying that he can use his quirk to control the threads of his body and therefore harm Endeavor because it's on his body. He can, once he has his threads, he has complete control, and we don't know what he can do with his quirk when he's using it freely. I'm not talking about, he only uses it to immobilize because he's a hero, and his objective is not to kill you. But we see like Edshot, if his objective is to kill you, he can kill you. But that's not his objective, so he doesn't make sure he uses his quirk when he doesn't kill you. Like we see with Hawks, when he was ready to kill twice, what did he do? He killed him.
To be fair, if we saw Endeavor ready to kill a human, what would that look like?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying
we know that if Endeavor used his ultimate attack against the High End in the city, the whole city would be, not the whole city, but big part of the city would be leveled.
Because the thing in My Hero is not just about who's the strongest. That's why the power's gonna. It's like it's your quirk and how you use your quirk.
That's
so you can't. That's what I'm saying. These are top pro heroes. We even see the difference between a regular pro hero and a student that has a lot of potential to be a top pro hero. So you
to be honest, there are some students that make the regular heroes just.
No, but I'm saying, but like Fat Gum and them can't like. You know, it's certain heroes that Todoroki and them have more potential than, but as of right now, they can't fuck with because they're pro heroes.
Yeah, sure, but if I had to bet between Bakugo and let's say Manuel, I would bet on Bakugo. Sorry.
But I'm talking about the heroes that they can't fuck with. So I'm saying you can't count out these top pro heroes. You can't say that like they're not all. He's not All Might, so you can't just count these heroes out.
Sure.
Here's the thing. There's just
look, if we gonna keep.
The best way to put it is there's nobody I see winning more than 40% of the time against Endeavor in the top 10.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's not fair because we haven't seen what all they can do. We don't know what the samurai nigga can do.
Yeah,
we don't know what Watch can do.
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know what they can do.
But still, I think we all assume that Endeavor is number one for a reason now. It's not just based on.
Well, to be fair though,
but you're not number one of power.
Yeah, but I was just about to say that.
Sure.
Yeah, like
he's number one off of being the guy who solved the most cases ever.
Yeah, Hawks doesn't want to be number one. If Hawks took his hero like seriously, where he wanted to be number one, he could take over Endeavor's spot. Hawks said it himself. I want to be the guy that produces the number one hero. I don't want to be the number one hero.
But that didn't stop him from racking up W's.
Yeah, but I'm saying, it stopped him from being the number one hero because he doesn't want to be.
But listen, this is my thing. Since we gonna count on Endeavor's fire to take out everything, then if Wash quirk has anything to do with water, then that's counter Endeavor.
No, Wash is his worst matchup.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Like I said,
Endeavor's probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know. I wouldn't go against you on that one.
To think about, but yes.
The thing about it is,
Wash is that nigga. What are y'all talking about?
Like I said, I wouldn't count you. I would not go against you on that one.
Rex is so biased.
Sorry, if I had to see a fight, Wash versus Endeavor, and I saw Wash win, it would just be ridiculous. I would understand it.
I actually like it because that's the good thing about it.
It's crazy because Horikoshi would right in the way where I would like be rooting for Wash and everything. That shit would be crazy.
Yeah, say it would be heated if fucking Wash beat Endeavor.
I'm sorry, I need it.
Wash
it made perfect
sense.
I wouldn't be against it in that case, that it doesn't make sense. I just don't want to see it.
The only argument you have is the gap between 1 and 8 for Endeavor.
Yeah, but then again, it's also mostly about the popularity, the fucking rescue shit. Like, but
we know that Endeavor is bad in popularity.
Endeavor isn't number one because of popularity. It's number one because of how much work he puts in.
Endeavor is actually very much in number one despite popularity being such a big factor. Because he doesn't give two shits. He doesn't even go to talk shows.
But it's still something. It's still more to it because Endeavor had more cases solved than All Might.
Yeah.
But he still wasn't the number one hero.
But All Might
because that was also about popularity.
But we know there are three factors that play in what position you get. And we know that about two of these factors he doesn't really give a shit. That is social contribution and popularity. He doesn't really give a shit about these two. And still he made it to number 2.
Let me
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. If we're do hero HTs play a he saves and your popularity get?
I don't think
Because if
so.
so,
I
that
don't
means
know.
Endeavor is literally the only agency that does all three things. Like
Yeah, I
some people
don't.
just focus on suppression, some people focus on action. He does everything.
I don't know
Yeah.
if
I
he's the only one.
actually, I guess in a way it would because they're because social contribution would probably be from his fucking agency as well. I think maybe social contribution, maybe, but everything else, I don't think so.
But I don't think I'm glad to fact check it. But I don't think All Might was number one solely because of popularity. I think it was because the
No.
amount of people he saved each time he was. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I think it was.
Well, yeah, no,
I think
no,
Yeah.
him
I
it was
think no.
actually
All
mostly
my
social contribution, but also the other two. I mean, and
All
All
Might
Might
was
was
a
all around.
yeah. But I said that he was the best all arounder. Fucking Endeavor was
But I
great
also
with the
think that and All Might just was huge in social contribution because he was that symbol. That
yeah, because like Endeavor is great on the cases solved and social contribution, but he's not great. But he's not great on the popularity. All Might was great on all three.
I
is he
think
All
great
Might
in
had
social
all
contribution?
factors.
I think this is the best discussion we done had in a hot minute, boy.
Because
You know.
especially like if you think back to what Yoroi Musha said, he was like outside of the top three, it's all about like the tide of the times, damn near.
Nah.
Like he basically said the only spot that's valid is like the top three spots.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in this case particularly, number 3 spot was Best Genius, who was essentially still in recovery. So
yeah, like the
put him in
only
bracket for now.
like he basically said the only two heroes that like made their case like adamantly the end is like Hawks and Endeavor. Because like part of what I took out of Hawk's speech during Pro Hero Arc also though was that by all rights I would be the number one hero based on popularity if Best Genius weren't injured. Which I agree with actually.
Yeah,
I think if Best Genius wasn't like sitting up in a hospital, then like there would have been no reason for niggas to like focus so as much on him or think about him in comparison to like what Endeavor was doing, like especially when you look at like, once the Pro Hero Arc really gets rolling.
And I have a question because go ahead.
No, I mean that I think all of them got a huge boost because you saw it also with Kamui Woods, for example, who got a huge boost. I think Endeavor might have also gotten a huge boost because he was now number 4 despite never going to talk shows and stuff. And
that's actually one of the things most impressive about him being a top 10 hero is that he doesn't do the circuit. Yes, he has his own brand of coffee, but he doesn't do the things that are supposed to make you so famous.
It actually makes you think about if he wanted to be number 1 hero based on the hero charts and not based on being the strongest, because he wanted the number 1 because he was the strongest, which of course he never was. But if he actually wanted to be the number 1 in the charts, if he had actually gone out to talk shows and tried to make social contributions more than he actually does, and not just be the best and of the best into case terms, would he have been able to surpass All Might just based on points, not based on strength? Because he does have the most cases. We know he was above All Might in that depart. And if he had taken and both social contribution and popularity are also not really anything to do with strength. So was there a possibility that if he had actually tried that?
Yeah, definitely.
But the good thing about that is that it goes against his personality. So
I think he just didn't want the spot based on just popularity. So
yeah, I think he even said that. I think he said that.
Yeah.
He went that way.
Yeah, he said I could have smiled and played the fool, but that's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to be like I think what Endeavor wanted was something even more important than what All Might wanted to a certain degree. Like the symbol Endeavor wanted to be is one that All Might was like, people want to be comforted. They want to be see a smile, do all these things. It's like an entire show. Endeavor wanted people to be like, I am objectively safe because the strongest man is like out here folding any nigga who creates problems.
You know what? I think Endeavor wanted the Batman kind of recognition, where not so much with the like public or whatever, but like with the villains. You hear like Batman swooping, you're like, oh, all right, guys, time to pack up. Our operation's over with. We'll do it another day. I think Endeavor wanted to be like the symbol where the moment you saw the flames, all the villains immediately gave up. They lost their will to fight because that's how strong he was. And because All Might was so strong, he was never able to get that because the villains felt the way about All Might.
And when you think about it, to a certain degree, he did become that because ending himself was like, damn, I want to die to this nigga. Like, that's a strange.
What I really want to see is like a high school Endeavor growing up flashback, like
Yeah.
What drives this nigga to be this headstrong, this stubborn, this strong will? Like, I want to see the romance with Ray. I literally want to see like his nigga high school come up because
He about to
something
die, so we're gonna get it soon.
Wait till it's only in Vigilantes.
Huh?
I said wait till it's only in Vigilantes.
I was talking with Rex about this the other day. You know when Gento Makio wake up, you know who the most recognizable hero who gonna get fucked up first?
Who?
Mount Lady.
That nigga, you a hoe. He always quick to answer some shit when he know it. Like, oh yeah, I know that's it. Yeah, but my lady can get big and shit.
Okay, so I don't know. Look at this chapter. Mount Lady was shown in this chapter. We saw Giganto with the radio. I've been telling you, Anarchy, how long have I been telling you that Mount Lady and Giganto are having a fight?
You said it was gonna happen. I'm just saying
it's not gonna be a fight.
We don't need to see her go through that.
Fight, obviously, it's not gonna be a fight, but I'm just saying, like, they're gonna.
I'm saying Mount Lady ain't done nothing. Mount Lady ain't done nothing bad enough where I don't think she deserves that.
What
you know what I mean? Not like that.
So Mount Lady.
That's a fact. That's why she is villain. She don't deserve it. It's gonna happen to her. Man.
Well, I think.
I mean, especially considering that Mirko now is about to go out, more or less.
I think the way
can't really kill our two most recognizable female heroes.
I think the way that the story is going and about like changing hero society, Mount Lady is the worst of hero society. Like,
no, but she's starting to she's starting to change though.
Yeah.
She's starting to change, but I'm just
because of Endeavor. She's starting to change.
I just want to see a Shoryuken from Giganto with Mount Lady in that. Like, that would be dope.
On another note, that Demon Slayer chapter was ass.
Again?
I'm reading it right now.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, just because it's looking kind of ass. I wasn't gonna say it, but like,
yeah, that shit is ass, man.
I'm reading it right now.
Well, who's looking at the stream?
Yeah, who's doing that? Is that East or BG?
I'm not looking at the stream.
Somebody's looking at it.
It ain't me.
Yeah, I can hear somebody watching something in the background.
Yeah, it's not me.
It's a stream. That's what I'm like. Who's looking at the stream?
I'm okay with us having an extra viewer.
I can't even hear him.
Yeah, wait. Were you talking about? Were you talking about Yaiba or something?
Well, he mentioned that Yaiba was bad, and I'm like,
yeah, it was. Oh man, I ain't gonna, man. I talk about that, I'm gonna get eaten alive in your comments. I'm gonna keep quiet.
No, somebody got to stop that though. I ain't gonna lie to you. What is it?
Anyway, this week, as far as MHA goes, perfect this weekend.
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah, I had a perfect My Hero chapter, my perfect Haikyuu chapter. I got everything. It's great.
Yeah,
but also
Haikyuu has been on fire, bro.
Yeah, no, I caught up this weekend. That shit was great. It was amazing. So I'm like,
East, meet your mic. East.
Is that East?
I bet money is East.
Yeah, I think it's East.
Listen. My connection ass as fuck.
Your connection ass.
Bro, go ahead.
Hold up. Y'all see this?
Since we talk about chapters though,
Mount Lady body and Makia.
Man, this nigga Fujinoto needs to be put down.
That would be a surprise.
There was barely any dialogue in that Chainsaw Man chapter.
What is it? Well, you're right, but before we get on that, I need to address what he just put in the chat. Sean Williams, are you on something? Because I need some of that shit. I'm like, man, fucking Mountain Lady gonna body the nigga with multiple fucking quirks, super high speed, ultra durability.
East,
you get.
Can you hear East?
Huh?
You got the stream playing, bro.
I can barely hear it. Like my connection ass.
Oh, just pop on some earbuds so we can.
Oh, he can't hear us. He's saying.
Oh.
I got y'all on my TV, so I can hear East, but
that's what
the TV's lagging way behind, like 10 seconds. So I'm behind on the combo.
A Gravity Voice, man. Why are we bringing up a Gravity Voice?
Who said a Gravity Voice?
The GOAT. Yes, sir.
Yeah, my connection ass. So I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna jump in later. Less people in here.
Oh, you think that guy's fucking you up?
Anarchy, when you cut the stream, don't leave immediately because I'm gonna hop back in.
All right. But see, also yeah, I just read the Demon Slayer chapter, and like it's not garbage. It's just
I'm not a fan of it because what that does is if the Tanjiro gets fixed, that erases every consequence this arc had for him.
yeah.
I'm like, why would they even do that?
Right,
Like, why do that? Like, that's my problem. Like, why do
You
that?
got that.
Why make this nigga a demon right? Like, come on, bro. Just end the series. The shit was garbage. End it. Just end it. Just get it over with.
That's okay.
And not,
I know
and
why.
not only-
I mean, one thing I'll give them is that it's trying to give fucking Nezuko something so she wouldn't have been wasted in the entire fucking arc.
I don't give a fuck. I want that shit to be over.
Oh, I do too.
But you know what looks like it's not missing this week again?
What's that?
Jujutsu Kaisen.
I haven't. I'm 3 chapters behind.
That shit. It was cool.
Like
I'm
it's
3
not.
chapters behind.
My Hero Haikyuu was the best this week that I read so far.
I haven't read. What is? I gotta read that. I gotta catch up on Actors. Got to catch up on Stone. I got a whole bunch of things I got to catch up on. So I don't know.
You got nothing but time, my nigga. What you doing?
Man. All right, let me
Nigga.
back on this real quick though, because all right. So my question is, do y'all think she's actually gonna land that kick on Shigaraki?
Oh hell nah. And if she does, he'll be breaking his ass out.
I mean, if she does, it would be bad for herself, I guess. So,
Like I said, I think Shigaraki hand is going to come out the tube before the kick fully lands, and I promise you, his hand is grabbing her face, or if y'all wanted to be more brutal, he would take away both of her legs.
Yeah, that's what I want.
holy shit!
That's what I want.
Oh.
Because then you
You would
render her
leave her
worthless.
with just one of her 4 limbs.
Yeah,
You leave her. Yeah.
because
bro,
how would that be? To you just got to think about it. Miracle is it's like a energetic bunny. Her whole thing is she loves to move around. You get rid of all aspects of movement for her, and it's worse than what he did to Overhaul.
Got to give it a cruel death, man. So
That would be horrible.
At that point, you don't even need her to die. Like, fuck.
No, you need her to die.
You can't take both of her legs and an arm and half an ear.
Like, if you do all that, it's worse for the character to have to live with it than it is for them to die.
Yeah, but
it's no space. But I'm saying, this show, this manga is not the Miracle show, so there's no space in her to be alive.
I'm cool with her dying. That's what I think he's gonna touch her face. I honestly don't I know y'all wanted to be I don't care. I just want to see Shigaraki grab because I think it's symbolic, his hand going on the face, and we just see it it's symbolic. Because that's
that would be it. I see that. I see what you mean.
You see this nigga dismember his mom, nigga. Miracle for to get it.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
And not the way that he likes to say.
Is this quirk ever gonna get back to that point?
What Aniki say?
He said not in the way the fandom usually means. When his mom can get it.
Oh.
But do y'all think his quirk is gonna go back to where it was when he was younger, where they go into chunks instead of actually dust? Or is dust the evolution of it?
To me, dust is because it's so strong now. It's decaying. So, because before, what was happening was it's little tendrils of it was breaking you apart, and now it's just no. There's just so much decay energy, so much of that decadiation that it just
Is that a word?
No, I made it up just now.
I'm about to say bravo. I'm about to say bravo, my nigga.
I think it's just a matter of making it faster, to be honest.
Hey,
Yeah.
Somebody calculated the amount.
This nigga's trash.
I hardly understand you, East.
He
sound like a robot.
He's never gives up. He's a hero. He never gives up.
He'll fight through it, bro.
That nigga never give up,
He'll
man.
fight through it.
Hello.
All right.
Bro,
Now
East is Endeavor.
Yeah.
I sound better now. Or no.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
you
now
don't.
Yes, Endeavor. You sound fine.
Now run that back.
What the fuck you just said?
Oh,
You can't hear us.
East, you left for a reason. Why did you come back?
Come
you left
back.
for a reason. Why did you come back?
include volume 27, the page count for volume 27. So I know the spoilers are finna go extra hard. Damn.
No.
Wait, can you hear us?
Oh,
I can't hear him.
right now.
You can hear us now?
I can hear y'all now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Nah, I had to throw that out there for everybody. Now,
So what, nigga?
We never got to hear it.
What? I hear Sid.
Hello.
All right.
That should be good.
So what did you come back and say?
Shit.
What did you say?
Basically, the next 3 chapters will conclude.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
Pages for volume 27. So Horikoshi's finna go extra hard with these next 2. So be careful about spoilers, because we know Shigaraki waking up, and the volume's ending. Like the page count has been high enough so that the volume 27 ends early. So
yeah, you're right.
I'd be highly aware of spoilers.
Oh yeah, no. That's why I'm actually gonna try to not read spoilers this week. I'm gonna see if I can not read spoilers this week to see if I can even avoid being spoiled.
As soon as the spoilers drop, you go right to them.
Nah,
Some of y'all like crackheads with these spoilers.
I am a crackhead,
me too. I told East, not East. I told Dustin, like, I don't look for the spoilers, nor do I even think about them at all. The moment that the East says the spoilers are out, I'm like, gotta read them now. If he never did that, I would never read them. Because I'm not.
Stop blaming somebody for your addiction, my nigga.
Yeah.
East literally says, "Hey yo, the crack is over here."
Okay. I told you it's a crack deal on the street. That's not the same as going up to your house while you sleeping, sprinkling the cocaine in your nostril.
It's like a crack. I would never smoke crack if somebody to keep pointing out where to buy it. Like nigga, you still got the option to not read the spoilers. Like East is not making you read the spoilers.
But I'm a fiend at this point. I'm a fiend, so like
No.
It's not like East is DMing you the link with the spoilers. Like,
nah, Rex.
East would be like, the spoilers are here. Be careful. Don't get spoiled. And Rex like, thanks, East. Like the complete opposite of what East says to you.
No, Rex. I respect you, Rex. I respect you, Rex. I know how you feel. I know exactly how you feel.
Y'all out here Jones in this shit.
I promise you,
two fiends respecting each other. Like, what's up with you?
I'm sorry. When you read it. When you read spoilers once, you can't stop. But you can't stop at that point.
It's a vicious cycle.
I used to be like you.
I still read them.
I used to work on Thursdays reading the spoilers.
Hey, me and Rex was talking about you the other day, Aniki. When you gonna come to the dark side?
What you mean?
We tired of having to wait till Sunday between we need you to come to the dark side.
I'm not. And you want to know why?
Because
I work Friday and Saturday.
Oh, because you work. Okay.
Even if I wanted to like read and like here's the thing, right? Honestly, like I keep seeing people post scans lately, and the art keeps looking terrible. Like,
the art's trash.
The translation keeps being worse.
No, actually, okay, I'll stop you right there. The translations are actually pretty decent. The translations are not bad at all. Actually,
they're getting better.
No.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I just was always a bit disappointed at the translation.
But that first week after Jimini's Box and Manga Stream, that My Hero translation was ass.
Oh yeah, no, they were terrible. They were
ass.
No.
Way better from there.
Yeah. Like the typesetting is great. The editing is good. The art's trash because the fucking scans are terrible. But
hey, BG and elitist, bro. This nigga typesetting.
Nigga,
no, lettering matters.
I know what that shit is.
The lettering matters.
I know you agree with this nigga, Aniki. The typesetting.
I ain't never heard anyone talk about the typesetting before.
Yeah.
Nigga, it's better than them niggas putting white out on the bitch and just getting a goddamn I don't know.
Hey, I respect that, man. Cause like, hey, they trying to get it to us. We can read. We don't need all that extra shit.
Them niggas put white out on that page, nigga. I'm done.
Yeah, we need to get the gist. We'll read it again when the official come out. We just need the quick hit, right? The quick tap right there. That's all we need.
My thing
that's
is.
Forward.
See, so what you're saying is all of y'all. So like what you're saying is BG and Rex on crack and you on heroin.
No, I'm on weed. Like I'm addicted to weed.
No. I'm addicted to weed. You're addicted to.
Well, I don't actually smoke. I don't actually smoke weed. But I'm saying like in the sense of that. Yeah, I'm addicted to.
No. You're right, Aniki.
Official is weed. Spoilers are crack. Scans are with heroin. There we go.
I feel it.
No, the officials are cigarettes.
Yeah, I feel that. I can feel that. I can feel that.
That's the anime.
The anime cigarettes. Yeah, you know what? No, you're right. You're right.
Because you wake up, you watch the anime, you're like, yeah, that was some good shit.
And then you just move on. And then after that, you get onto the fucking manga, and you just vibing at that point.
The official is the gateway drug. And then you slowly regress. Like you go to heroin, you're like, this is good too. Dude. Eventually, you try let me try this spoiler one time.
What is this conversation? What is this conversation spiraled into?
I don't know.
I don't fucking know, but this shit crazy.
That's one of the best dreams we had in a minute though. Like just my heroin.
The best euphemisms for fucking experiencing manga.
I can't wait to the stream we have when like Endeavor and All Might die and like Toya get when Toya get revealed. That's gonna be the funniest.
I can
Well,
very much wait for those screens.
Well, of course it is. I get to see Rex in a car suit. Of course.
Rex the other day. I was talking to Rex the other day talking about, man, because of the quarantine, I can't go get a clown suit.
Nigga, I work for Amazon. We'll send you a clown suit.
That's what I'm talking about. Go order one.
We'll send you a clown suit right quick. You don't need to worry about it going on at all.
Y'all want me to risk my life for these clown suits?
No, are you risking your life to get on your computer and type it in an Amazon clown suit?
Man, y'all are crazy. Man.
I'll send you the link right now in the live chat.
It's your fault for saying Dobby's not Toya. That's crazy, man. You gotta go get the clown suit.
Nah, Rex, hold on. Rex, I'm getting it for you.
You can order it for him.
I don't think I'm gonna do a clown suit.
No. Hold on, motherfucker. Hold on.
You have no choice. You have no choice.
Let me finish. What I think I would do is I'll do the Joker from like Phoenix. I'll paint my face, I'll do the mold, and I'll dye my hair.
No. Clown suit. I want you to be like a clown. Like a kid, like the one that go to a kid party? I want you that.
No. If y'all want to see what Rex is gonna be dressed in, I put the link in the comments.
In the comments or the private chat?
On the live chat. The live chat.
You just say here's Rex.
Yeah, like click on that link.
And then give us a link.
I'm not actually on YouTube, nigga. I ain't just put in the private chat.
I put in that too. What? Because I'm on my phone. On my phone, I can't be on both.
I can't be doing all that. That's complicated.
It is when you're on your phone. Yeah, if I was on my computer, yeah, that'd be different.
Oh man.
Yeah, Rex. Sorry. There you go, my guy.
I need Rex to pull up looking like that. Yeah, no. Rex is adamant that Dobby is not Toya. It's like the Rex thing. Like he wouldn't be Rex if he had a good idea about Dobby.
He doesn't. He can't tell you who Dobby is. He just say it's not Toya. I don't know who it is.
Well, the biggest thing I need Rex to prove is why would they be hiding this nigga's name if it ain't somebody we already know? Because they're going hard as hell to hide this nigga's name.
That was like the biggest fuck you Horikoshi's ever given us. Ever.
Bro, all I know is that through all of this, I have made these streams a lot better with this, like, with my stance. Because everyone in the community is so 100% sure it's Toya. I have given us discussions on top of discussions. And on the merit that it's not Toya, you don't understand. I'm coming in with the hot beat. Dun dun. Dun, dun, dun. Bro, I'm like, y'all have.
Oh no, Rex right. Rex is right. Without him, it wouldn't be nearly as entertaining.
Look, because the thing is that like, let's say Dobby's name really is Black Speech Bubble, then we just got to do a stream. And the thing is that a lot of people, even though. It'll be interesting to see because like the clown stream idea was something like I said, and like big names like oh yeah, like this would be cool. But like I don't know how many niggas will actually do it. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Me and Rex already got our bid. I'll make him an admin in Discord if you right.
Damn. You get a reward for being wrong? What kind of
No, if I'm right.
No, if he's right. If he's right.
If he's not Toya.
If he's not Toya,
he can get admin, but he's not right. So I gotta bet him anything.
I'm telling y'all, man.
You should have bet me money, even though you wouldn't have got that either.
Why would I bet you money?
No, I'm saying like you get the clown suit, but if you win, you get money.
I don't want your money, man.
What?
What? No,
My money not good for you.
no, it's not that, man. It's not that. We're in quarantine. Everybody need all their coins, man. No, I don't want to
I'm
take nobody
straight.
money.
You straight too. I'm straight. You straight.
Exactly. That's why I don't need nobody money. I'm straight. I
Yeah.
don't need
What y'all feel about this one?
What's
What did
that?
it say?
Endeavor watching.
Endeavor watching Shiggy? In
That
what
man-
world?
He just
In
wants
what
to.
world?
I
That guy
mean,
he
I
just wanna
wouldn't
take
complain.
Says is like the ultimate Endeavor fangirl.
Oh, for real?
says, do you want the heroes to win?
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, I know that it's probably not gonna happen the way I want it to, but what I want, yeah, of course.
Okay, see, this is an opinion that I don't think we've had here, where someone actually wants the hero side to win in this situation.
Hold on, Says, do you want the heroes to win or do you want Endeavor to not die?
I mean, the second, yes, of course, I don't want Endeavor to die. That's a different question. No, I think my sympathies in this battle are with the hero side. So my heart wants the heroes to win, but of course, from a story perspective, I don't think they will, or at least they won't win a clean win. Maybe they get some success out of it, but that's the best they can do. But
To me, like all they could really get out of this is they're going to take down some league members. Like to me, they already got too big of a W, killing twice, where the story scales are going to have to tip this into a certain way, because like we'll always be able to look back. Like let's say like 100 chapters from now, villains running stuff, we can still look back and be like, you know what, this still could have been worse if Twice was around.
yeah.
The only league member I can see dying next, and it's kind of crazy, is Gigantomachia.
So for example, I could see them in the long run in this somehow get the Doctor. I can see that somehow. I don't know, but ultimately, I think when we compare the numbers, they will lose. But maybe they'll get at least the Doctor. I don't know.
Like the Doctor, I think he needs to be around for. I could see Shigaraki killing the Doctor.
I was just thinking that, bro. Because finding out about his past and shit, they might decide to kill him.
Yeah,
I've actually thought about that too. Actually,
Yeah.
like I consider Shigaraki just being like, I'm done with all of y'all, and like just offing people.
I mean, the Doctor being out of the situation one way or the other, whether he dies, whether he's killed by Shigaraki, whether he's actually taken into custody, I can see that happening. I don't really need him anymore.
Yeah, like I think. Oh, Rex.
Oh, in what world do y'all see? Like, how many heroes at the mention do y'all see not making it? In my world, I don't think more than half of them are not making it out. That's my opinion.
If we include not making it, dying, and not being a hero, so both, for example, surviving but not being able to use their quirk, also as not making it.
Yes. So like being crippled and also dying, I count in like not making it.
Yeah.
So I think more than half of them are not making it out of this situation.
Damn.
That's just
that makes
for
sense.
For the
That's
collapse
only an dimension,
to take effect, like it has to be like a abrupt 180 change to where they can't operate the same as before. So something drastic has to happen.
The thing is that, like I said, though, and like we talked about, is like one, Gigantomachia going active is automatically going to catch bodies.
Yes.
Two,
Shigaraki.
when Redustro busting out Claustro.
Oh yeah.
Bodies. We never got to see a full power like with him in the suit thing. Like at the end of the day, his attacks were still getting destroyed by Shigaraki. 3, Shigaraki. Like we got 3 massive hitters coming out that can just do attacks that seem to go for days.
I don't know if anybody's talked about this. Do you guys think that Toga has any of Dobby's blood?
no.
Damn, my nigga, you just cut that off.
Dobby's.
Not Dobby's. I meant Twice. I don't know why I said Dobby.
Twice? I still don't think so. Because even if she did, somebody pointed this out when I saw this thread about this earlier this week. They said that have you noticed how like when she consumes, the amount of blood she consumes can determine how long she can stay transformed? They pointed out that when she uses somebody's quirk, it seems to make the time go down a lot faster too. So I don't see what use that would really bring.
Well, technically, just 2 minutes to create even a single Twice would arguably like.
Would you not think that? I was like, would you not think that it would disappear once it's over?
I mean, we know now from last chapter that even when Twice dies, the clone doesn't die immediately, right? They still have.
Well, no, he fell.
Half
He
a minute
fell. I don't
left.
think he fell because I don't think he would have died just because Twice died. Because the thing is,
Yeah.
like the clone itself fell from that balcony and hit the concrete. So the thing is, if he would in theory, if he didn't fall, he actually could have lived and cloned himself and just kept going. Like
in Twice's backstory, the whole point was like he didn't even know if he was the real Twice.
Yeah. So like the thing is that if she managed to like do that, even within like 2 minutes, create even 1 or 2 Twices, then boom, those Twices they can still have a Twice. It's just that like those clones need to make sure that the clones don't die.
Well, yeah,
they're
but what I was asking was, do you not think that if she if it deactivates, they don't deactivate as well? You think they would stick around?
No.
Yeah, they would stick around.
They'll stick around. Because
They would stick around if he dies. They would stick around if the curse deactivates.
It's possible she might get some of his blood because we just seen a pool of blood by his body. So if she goes by twice, it's possible she could get his blood still.
And the reason why I think they stick around though is because we've already seen that a lot of quirks that like once they create something or set something in motion, they don't go away. So like how Monoma changed the size of the nut during joint training and it stayed big.
What?
I think he be setting that shit up on purpose.
I'm like, pause. What?
Hey, and if you need to do a top 10 waifu stream with my hero.
A top 10 what?
Waifu stream.
I mean, it's Mirko.
No, I'm saying everybody have
but you got that's number 1. Who's number 1? Who's number 2 through 10?
Oh, number 1 is LeBrava.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be interesting because everybody. Why I'm spoiling it? Everybody had their own list and give a reason for each person. Because like there's so many different My Hero. Everybody got like a different favorite. It'll be dope.
Miracle not in my top 5. That's some facts.
I don't like
muscular.
To be honest, I'm not the biggest Virgo fan either. It's just I don't know.
I'm surrounded by bums. I can't believe
I know, right?
this.
I know, right? I can't believe it.
I like her personality, but I don't like the muscular shit. I don't like a muscular.
I don't mind.
I don't like her. I don't dislike her, but I don't. I think she's overhyped.
What?
She's
You know what?
I don't know about that.
Of course, the German thinks a black queen is overhyped.
What kind of comment is that now?
Oh my god! Out of pocket for that one.
Miracle's Japanese, man, so she technically has blackface. So that's what y'all supported.
Blackface.
Rex confirmed racist. He does not believe that brown people can be born in Japan.
I know, right?
Wild. This is a controversial.
Damn, Rex! I can't believe you came out. You came out like this.
Yes, sir. Nah.
You came out like this, my guy.
Let this be the big takeaway from the stream.
Nah,
Rex confirmed racist.
Nah, Rocklock, that nigga, he got the pro and everything. Get out of here, man.
Rocklock is.
Yeah, Rocklock got the fine white wife too. Like Rocklock.
That made me look just like him. When that shit came out, he cannot deny that was his child. He was like, damn.
Oh, nah. She faithful. She fucks with him.
Faithful.
Dustin said faithful with women. LMAO. You see the look on his face when you said it?
Hey, don't put that on me. It's faithful women out there. It's just, we got bad luck.
We all just have bad luck, Dustin. But they out there.
Faithful to Endeavor.
Yes.
Actually, never mind. Says marketed herself as the OG Grimjow fan, and then talked about how on that Endeavor figure he had a nice butt. So never mind.
Bro, I love Grimjow, bro. I love Grimjow back in the day.
I did too until he showed up and ain't do nothing.
What? The Grimjow was wrecking it.
I'm talking about in the last arc, not no.
I mean, it was the end of Bleach, so whatever. Nobody did anything.
Yeah, the last arc is like.
Apart from Mayuri. Mayuri was awesome.
The last arc in Bleach is so ass. I don't even count it.
Man, Thousand Year Blood War is overhated.
It's overhyped by its fandom as well.
Tell me how.
But I only like Mayuri. I love Mayuri in that arc. It's like the Mayuri show. I love it.
There was no way Ichigo should have beat the final villain. No way.
No. Like that arrow bullshit is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was no way, bro.
That shit was trash. I'm like, oh yeah. By the way, we just put up at the last second to give you this arrow that'll just take away all his powers.
I didn't think he could make a more overpowered villain than Aizen, but he did. I was like, bro, this nigga is ridiculous.
No. You lost me when they had Ichibei cut this nigga's power in half, and he pretty much said, nah, nigga, my power ain't cut in half because I don't want it to be, so it ain't. Fuck that. That shit triggered me.
That shit was raw.
It was raw and stupid, nigga. Nah.
Flexing. No, that shit was raw. Ichibei was like, don't speak my name. If you're unworthy, your throat will be crushed. And the nigga tried to say it again, and it happened.
That's like you getting fired from your job and you tell your boss, "Nah, nigga, I ain't fired because I don't want to be." You need to keep working.
So that shit was raw and stupid, nigga. I can't vibe.
Okay, here's why that shit was raw, because it actually fits the way the combat system of Bleach always was, which was like names, concepts, ideals, like literal, like you gotta think, aging was a power in Bleach, like the concept of aging itself. So like the idea of like you can give and take away and alter the future being like that's his power. Like Bleach was always on some OD shit. You gotta think we called them Soul Reapers in English. They're supposed to be gods of death. You were supposed to look at this as like gods fighting. And when you read it like from that angle, like it completely tracks. A god being like, no, you're not gonna tell me I'm not god enough. Get out of my face.
That's why when we compare like different series like Power Scale, I'm like Bleach is up there. Like I don't want to say they can compete with some like maybe
nobody can compete with Dragon Ball Z, bro.
I mean, Gurren Lagann can.
Who?
Gurren Lagann.
Really?
We don't mention trash anime.
What?
What?
I'm like, gold? Trash? What?
No, Gurren Lagann.
I've never watched Gurren Lagann. I'm fucking with you.
Okay. All right.
Bro.
You just said it was some mid Rex?
Yeah,
Rex.
See, Dustin, that's all you need to know. Rex thinks Dabi is Toya, and he also thinks that Gurren Lagann is mid. So what does that tell you?
Oh yeah, I've been the secret been out about Rex. I've been know about that.
Man's over here talking about Gurren Lagann trash, and he said Gurren Lagann mid. And he likes the Gravity Boys. Get out of here! Get out of here!
No.
Rex is an agenda pusher.
Man, Rex out here mad because Gurren Lagann wasn't about boys trying to fuck in space.
No, I'm not gonna let you get that off. Hey, Gravity Boys is that shit, and it sells and popularity.
You're right. It is shit.
No.
Boy, when you bring up sales, you know you a One Piece. Are you a One Piece fan now? You bringing up sales?
I was. At one point, Zipman got canceled, but you know what's still thriving? That came out today. Oh, that a Gravity Boys hype.
I ain't gonna lie, Guardian of the Witch has no soul, bro. I'm trying to like that shit. That shit got no soul.
I haven't read it in 3 chapters, but I stopped reading because I know it was gonna get axed. Looking at those numbers.
Yeah.
Prince of Tennis. Actually, you need to rewatch Prince of Tennis.
I've never read that.
Prince of Tennis is the best sports anime hands down. Don't talk to me.
Definitely not. It's
I like better than IQ. I see about that. I don't know.
IQ raw too, but Prince of my boy Ryoma, come on, my nigga.
Okay, Prince of Tennis is so ass.
What?
This is so ass, bro.
Rex, why do you hate all good things in this world?
I read those first 5 chapters. It was kind of raw. I'm not gonna lie.
No, Prince of Tennis started off so good. It was my first sports anime, and I was like, this is the rawest shit ever. Then it later, like as it progressed, it just started getting more and more wonky. Like with the power system, I was like, bro.
Power system doesn't have a power system. It's a sports anime. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, Kuroko kind of got a power system too. So I'm like,
no. BG, I promise you, Dustin hasn't gotten this far, and he just doesn't want to believe.
I have gotten this far. What are you talking about? I haven't watched new Prince of Tennis, but the original Prince of Tennis, I've seen it.
Did you watched it or you read it?
No, I watched it.
Did they finish the manga?
No. Look, let me tell you, BG. These niggas were literally hitting each other in the body with tennis balls, and they were sending them back into the wall. They making cracks.
He over exaggerated.
I can find you a panel.
I did hear about that actually.
He over exaggerated.
I can find you a panel. Dustin, I'm about to find you a panel, and I'm gonna send it to you. Okay.
I'm not gonna read it.
Well, let me see. Well, but don't send it to me. I want to see it. Because I need to see this. Because I'm like, I heard about that shit before, actually.
Hey, if this quarantine lasts long enough and I like run out of shit to binge, I'm gonna start all the long ass sports manga. I'm gonna start Ippo. I'm gonna start Slam Dunk.
I am not reading Ippo.
Hey, if I got so much time on my hands, I'm getting it too. Fuck it.
Nigga, I am not reading 1,200 fucking chapters. You got me fucked up.
I'm not gonna read it. I'm gonna watch the anime.
Okay, that's good. Okay, I can feel that. I vibe with that. But like, no.
Ippo is the best sports anime by far. And then it's Haikyuu.
We'll see about that, my nigga. We'll see about that.
Spy Family is good too. I fuck with Spy Family.
I ain't seen that either. I read like 10 chapters of that.
Yeah, it's 10 chapters all you need. 10 chapters all you need to read.
I don't think it was bad. It's just like what is it? I fell off. But it ain't bad. I like it.
Anya's the GOAT. Anya's the reason that shit is so great.
I fell off in a lot of shit.
The faces she made, it's so crazy.
I still ain't even finished Act Age. I need to catch up on that too.
Yeah, you garbage. Act Age GOAT.
Yeah, I gotta catch up on that.
Top 5 in Jump right now.
I just want the volumes of Act Age so I could like buy it so I can read it like that.
I need to finish Tower of God so I can read Chainsaw Man and fucking Act Age.
I'm so mad. Shut up, nigga. I'm so mad Roger got to get episode 2. He got episode 2 early. I'm so mad.
Wait, Rex, what did you say?
I said Tower of God isn't as good as I thought it was gonna be.
You talking about the anime?
No, the manga, the webtoon. I think I overhyped it, and it's
not
living up to my hype.
Where are you at?
I'm at 191.
What's 191?
Season 2, episode 92.
How'd you react to the Rachel moment? Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. I don't remember though, but don't spoil it. How'd you react?
No. I was ready to get pitchforks. Yeah, I was ready to. I was like, nah, she got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Nigga, I don't know about you, but from that point forward, especially when season 2 started, I was on board for life.
Yeah.
No. I like the thing that. Where I'm at right now, like the little tournament they're having, I'm not really interested.
You don't like the dollar game? What? No, the dollar game had me in my feelings. I know, I love that shit.
Yeah. No, all the stuff before then, like I was like, oh, this is raw. I can see why that, but like this whole little thing about like where they're at now, it's like where I'm currently at. I'm not feeling it too much. Everything before was amazing, but like where I'm at now, I'm not feeling it that much.
No, there are parts of Tower of God where I kind of falter. Like, what was it? Like, the name station? The name station was struggling.
Who are you? Full of shit.
I like the name station, but it's like that.
Raw.
I like the name station when they actually get to the thing, but it's like Kaiser to me was disappointing.
The one that was Hell Joe. Right. That Hell Joe shit was.
So what you're telling me is I got to go watch the first episode of Tower of God.
Yeah.
You better off reading it though.
Yeah, you better off reading that first chapter because that shit was good. I liked it. But that shit was fast.
You may watch the anime and not like it because of the animation style.
Oh, no, animation style is better than the art of the fucking worst thing. No, it was off that.
I'm talking about him being just somebody just going into the series for the first time.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I feel like if it's off the art, you'll have a better chance to get into it.
But I'm saying but when you read something, it's different than watching it. Like you may not want to look at that animation, so you may not want to watch it.
Have you seen the trailer?
I've seen like bits of it, and it seems like it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of Devilman Crybaby's animation a little.
Yeah.
Like the art style. Yeah. I think the art style was great. That. Yeah, it's like the art style that was the problem. The problem was the pace because that shit was.
Pacing was a problem for me too.
It wasn't like bad. It was like terrible pacing, but it went like everything felt like bam, 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 bam. I was like, ooh, this.
They said the main character's name that much.
No, that ain't what I meant.
Where's your versus Prince of Tennis panel? I can't find one of the ones in the wall. I'm not about to go through the whole manga to find it.
Yeah, it don't exist.
Also, I just read this week's Jujutsu Kaisen.
It was cool.
I like the Ghetto panel at the end.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm gonna. I'm 3 chapters behind, but Ghetto thing made me mad. So I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that.
I didn't like that Ghetto change actually either. Ghetto. But
yeah, I was just like niggas saying ghetto.
I'm willing to give it a shot still because I don't think they're like it's gonna be wasted, right?
It was just so fucking unnecessary. It's so fucking unnecessary to me. It's like, it's like because you had established a fucking top tier villain in the making with Ghetto.
Yeah, that's the thing for me is like it was already like a good spot. So now.
No, but I felt dumb though, because like we all knew that he died. So like, why were we thinking that was actually him?
But I
felt dumb. I felt dumb. Like we seen this nigga Gojo kill this nigga. Like, so why do we think he was still alive? Like, when I realized that, I'm like, I'm dumb. Like, what the fuck?
Who knows, nigga? Maybe he has some curse ability or some shit. That's what comes. Yeah, some curse ability.
Plus, like, OG was like, "Oh, I don't know what'll happen if I kill you anyway, with all the curses stored inside your body." So it could have just.
Are we spoiling Saya? Because she ain't said nothing in a while. I think she read none of this shit we talking about.
No, but I'm not really listening.
I was like, yeah. No. It's just that to me, it felt too fucking out of nowhere for me too, and I'm like, because when I saw that shit, I was like, oh no.
I think when we get like an explanation of what that really is, he might be like really terrifying. So
no.
Hey, BG, where you want me to post this at?
Oh look, he found it. Look at him. Nigga, you know where to post it. DM it to him somewhere. It's talking about
where? That's I only talked to BG. I've only talked to BG twice.
You see it.
I downloaded the images. So where you go on Discord?
Twitter. He just want to let niggas know he found it. Nigga. You a diva.
He said he wanted to see it, so I gotta show this man.
Pause.
Yeah, pause. Yeah, what's happening?
Oh, what the fuck?
Whoa.
I'm reading TPN. All right. Since I'm starting to read everything, so I'm in the stream here.
I thought you said you gonna start reading shit before you stream.
That's what I meant to do. Then I started I got up late. Leave me alone. Quit judging me. All right.
who else was in your bed?
What? No. I was just...
I said I got it. Now fucking with you. You be like,
nah, but yeah. Y'all got anything final thing to say on the shop before we wrap the stream up? Because we sidetrack anyway.
I need next week to get here quickly.
Shit, you better do a bunch of mushrooms or something and wake up Friday.
I got work tomorrow, nigga.
Oh shit! I guess you suffering just like me. BG, you got anything you want to say before we wrap up?
I don't think this nigga is here because I was trying to ask
me.
BG, where do you want me to post this at?
I don't know, nigga. Post it in the Discord.
What Discord?
I'm in the Freedom State Discord, nigga.
Oh.
Hey, we got to wrap this up. I just remember the Cloud9 games on.
All right.
Cloud9 games.
Who's Cloud9?
Cloud9 versus 100 Thieves, LCS stuff.
I don't know.
League of Legends.
It's like a different language to me.
Yeah.
Oh, League of Legends?
Yeah.
All right. I'll post it in there, BG. I'll add you.
You could have just said LOL, nigga. I know who good this is. But anyway, yeah.
Yes. Like the stream, please do. Subscribe. We'll be doing it on next weekend too. Which
I'm surprised Ian didn't come through.
I'm surprised too because he like said thank you. I was actually hoping he would because I figured Ian always got some. So, but he's probably busy today doing family stuff. I know he's got a lot of siblings and stuff. So yeah. All right. Thanks everybody that came through. We out.
Yes, sir.
See you.